TLPH. That's the problem that Arora has to deal with. So I'm almost thinking best thing they can do is if they're able to get a pick off from Light, take out at least one member from TLPH. That should give them some of the advantage. I think the hard part too is for Yue and Dominkite to actually utilize the space they have. Oh no.
All right, that's 2-on-1. Sanford eating quite a bit from this duel from Arora. Edward and Yue lay down a smackdown on 40, sending him home.
Okay, Team Liquid Philippines need to find the position again for this turtle. It looks like it'll be an advantage for them, but Arora, they are healthy enough to fight into this. Waiting for the feathered airstrike of the Farsa to come back. Dominkite now has a Sky Piercer, so Liquid has to be careful because a big turn by Arora will hurt.
Okay, they're going to start up half health on this last turtle of the game. Demonkite and Carl facing off. There they go.
Edward into 4. JP intersecting Demonkite. Can Edward get out of here? Feathered airstrike. Do it. Backing off. Summon force by Oheb. Edward already down. Demonkite follows quickly. Arora can't find nothing.
JP with the zone. Perfectly timed so that Demonkite wouldn't even get in range. He didn't get to use the retribution there. Carl Daisy, very easy for him despite the entry for Edward. Again, this is why we wanted to point out the importance of the timing of the entry between the two EXP laners. But there's also a Gatotkacho for the side of Liquid.
Liquid walked away with so much. They took the turtle, went the threat mid. Carl Daisy drives by Grand Theft Orange. 4,000 gold up. This is looking like a stampede.
All of it's distributed pretty much evenly across the lanes too, except for that gold lane, man. The gold lane difference right now, I think, is really playing into the stats that we mentioned earlier with the Harith versus Granger combo. And I would say, even when you see those fights break out, it's amazing because we don't see the Charizla that much.
Yeah.
You kind of forget how much damage he can take, especially with the passive that he has, that Body of Smith. He's able to go ahead and just take a ton of this damage, set things up for TLPH, and then that gives the free reign for Oheb and the likes to go ahead and solidify that team fight, especially around the RWM. Look at this, they're going to push them off the turret.
Demonkite got 4 on him. Summon force by Oheb, the bite down, the hook. Oheb only takes him down. It's a 2-man trade, 1-for-1. JP for DK. Light forced to use the freeze, and he still gets caught by Sanji. 2-for-1. Liquid wins it.
Oh my goodness, Team Liquid Philippines are still going for it. Doming? Wait, whoa.
Doming finds the Unite, and Dominkite back it off. Still alive. Edward buying time for his gold laner. Not so sure if Edward's ready for this. Go ahead, another Salmon Force. Liquid holding on to this, pressuring the tier 2.
Really spicy there onto that tier 2 turret.
The sheer amount of health and resources that Liquid has. If this game was a little bit closer, Arora would have gotten an even bigger punish. But good thing they were able to balance things out with the light hook and flicker plus the bite. But Liquid are still sticking to their main idea, their main strategy. Play for the Harith, play around the Harith. And this time what they're doing much better now compared to their previous series up against Arora earlier this playoffs was that they're marking the other points of entry. There's always at least 1 or 2 members of Team Liquid Philippines off to the side while the 3-man main fight is happening with the other members of Arora.
And that's the problem here. Light, he's trying to land these hooks, but even if you pull someone, it's not a guaranteed kill. It's just going to be used by JP. Lord's going to go for a little bit of a reset. Demonkite's still up there with Carl. But look at the zoning. This is the potential we're talking about. JP's going to pop the revival.
Lord's very low. Sanford on the 2. Carl secures the airstrike by Yue. This is a good position for that ult, but there's not enough space for Arora to take advantage of that. Liquid win. Lord for free.
Again, Sanford and JP able to provide such a big front here.
Yeah, they have fantastic item builds here. Already full build the anti-Cuirass for the Charizla. While JP, I love that he went for Dreadnought armor, didn't full build that, and then went straight for the Athena shield. That's why he can just stand in front of Arora right now and act as the secondary Charizla. While Sanford's also the secondary Gatotkacho. The interplay between the Roman EXP of Liquid is what's giving Arora so much difficulty because they're both too tanky.
Yeah, this is what we were saying earlier, Yue is going to be a big part of that damage profile on the Farsa, and Dominkite's going to have to get there on this Granger. And it's been solved by TLPH, at least for now. They still maintain this lead. They're going to have to set things up here, deal with this Lord that's pushing up on the top side. They'll most likely lose that tier 2 turret. But now for Arora, What can they do here on the defense? What are they capable of turning around to get this game in their favor as they face down that 6K deficit?
Well, if they have the reach, this is the perfect defense comp that Arora has. If Liquid decide to throw bodies and mess up, it's going to be dangerous. They forced the flicker out of Dominkite, so let's see if Liquid will force any issue. But the thing is, there's no minion waves at mid, but they might try to play through the Lord. The minion wave at bot not going to be enough, but now they can't risk it at this point. Again, they have the Farsa of the Granger, which is already up to a Malefic Roar, so they have to be careful.
Little Robo don't dump on him. Dominic was fighting for his life. They will save this tier 2 in mid, but at 12 minutes, Holy Shields just retract anyways. Arora does well to defend against that first Lord.
It's a bit tough too, because when you get to this point of the game, and you're really thinking, Arora, how do they turn it around? Might be it's that next Lord, but they have to figure out the puzzle here, man. The puzzle is Tlph's objective fighting. That box, literally the box they're able to set up with the RWM is, I feel like, problem number 2. Problem number 1 is getting past JP and Sanford, setting things up before they even get a chance to get in that range. So the job for Arora is even more difficult. I mean, even Demonkite can sit in front of that all day he wants, but if the rest of the team can't join him and he's zoned out, he's going to continue to die like he has.
Yeah, already up to the Magic Lantern after the glowing wand for that Eve. You see the Lapu Lapu and Fredrin both had to build Radiant Armors. Waiting on, I wouldn't be surprised if that'll also be a Radiant Armor for Light later on, because right now, the magic damage brought out by the 3 heroes on the side of Liquid, the Eve, the Gatot, and the Harith, it's what's stopping Arora from being able to fight comfortably. They played around the pick-off style roamer up against a roamer in the Gatot Kacha who can just stand, front, hold, use their Revitalize. That reapplies the pressure now to Demonkite, which, again, needs time. But then he couldn't get that time because he also had to act as a secondary frontliner for the team. So it was a risk that Light ended up with the Franco. Let's see if Arora can somehow miraculously turn it around. See Halberd for Doming.
Here we go. They go ahead and pull out the Lord. Carl's going to show himself up here. I'm not sure Arora is going to be able to do anything.
The flicker in by Light, the bite down plus the winner's fortune. Sanji swiping away, down goes Demonkite. Light goes as well, it's a little too much. That's 7K gold lead. JP closing off the exit on Edward. Oh, wow. It. Triple kill for Edward. Liquid let go of the Lord to take care of that purple, but the cavalry continue to stomp forward.
That is economy diff at its finest showing. They just have too many items, too much damage. Arora will have to play through the defense in base, and this will be Liquid trying not to mess up winning this game. Forced out the flicker from Sanji though.
Yeah, you got to flicker out, but
I think that's worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth it away, but man, Sanji has had a great game of just, I'm going to chill in the back, set up my RWM, and the rest of everybody else will go ahead and shine off of that. Again, they have had such a difficult time playing against that box.
Yeah, you see up to a Divine Glaive already for this Eve, and I'm wondering, why didn't you build the Divine Glaive Rush? They already felt this deficit very quickly. He still went for the Blood Wings. Yes, he's an important part of the lineup, but at this point, you're going to have to accept that you need that magic penetration right away to sort of smoothen things out a little bit more for your team.
Crazy thing about it, too, is Oheb's a big problem for Arora. They've had no answer to it, and he's just been able to go Zombie Force all over the place. They're going to go ahead and push it into the space. Lord's going to march up. They drop the RWM.
AOG was the tail end of that RWM. Takes down Light. Demonkite and Edward are holding the ground, but Liquid have already broken in. Lord here at an 1/8 of its health. Arora just wailing away. Liquid happy with what they got. They're inside the base.
Yeah, good discipline. And good thing Team Liquid Philippines didn't force anything more. They're already happy with the kill onto Light, which now, again, reapplies even an insane amount of pressure on this Lapu Lapu and Fredrin. Liquid can continue this, though.
Here they go. That is a
wow.
From the back line. Sideline. Edward cannot stand right in front of Liquid. Sanford goes. JP gets his immortality pop. Can he get out of here? Turn shots. AOG out. They save one body.
I feel like Tlph kind of messed that up. You know, they decided to go for the mid-turret, even with a lead. I think they're surprised, even with this economic lead, that they still got punished in that sense.
Yeah, a bit of an overheat. Again, one of the tendencies of Team Liquid Philippines, if they have a big lead, they're willing to take very risky fights, even when there's one last base turret that they have to go through the lane that they're trying to answer. Sanford committed the flicker penalty zone. Would have been great if the turret was gone. But Arora also has really good wave clear at this point. Yes, there's a deficit, but they're beyond 40k plus. That means they can clear waves very quick. Team Liquid need to respect that, unless Arora turn things around again very late into the game. Something we already saw from them earlier this playoffs.
Look at the sandwich.
Easy, rolling out, catches one, the AOG, that JB, the flicker from Domingkite, and of course a few salvos from Doming and you, and JB bites it. DK for the dad.
They went for a play. They scouted Arora out, but still they only end up trading the 1-for-1. Lord's gonna come up here in a couple seconds though, so they'll make their way.
Yeah, but that's hella worth it, because now it's about to spawn, and by the time the Lord goes down, Demonkite wouldn't have even spawned yet, because Liquid can blitz this comfortably.
They're gonna have to go ahead and secure this Edward Light. Are they gonna try to delay this? I don't think they're gonna be able to do much off of this. Surprise, they're gonna face them down. Edward, he'll just say hi to TLPH. They'll get back to base. Demonkite will be up for the defense. Ooh. And we'll see TLPH approach the base, trying to get the last two base turrets down, potentially ending the game.
Arora stopped the bleeding.
Yep.
So this is comeback territory. We've seen him do it from 13,500 from the same damn team in the upper bracket finals.
Yeah, Liquid has this weird tendency in Season 16. I think only around a 30 or 40% win rate, somewhere around that realm when the game goes past 18 minutes. My challenge for Liquid is for them to end it here, lest Arora turn things around again and start off this best of 7 with a massive turnaround win.
Let's see if they can do it here. Lord approaching up top. TLPH knocking at the base doors here, bottom and mid. Domingkite sold his boots. He's got a winner's crown. He knows he's an integral part of the success on this defense. Lord's going to be worked on. Here's TLPH.
AOG, Arora disperses. Lord now underneath turret range. Arora takes care of it. Liquid move on to that mid lane. Sanji with the real relation. The hook by Light. JP gets that turret down. Less damage coming in. Down goes Sanji. Arora collapse on the Liquid. Edward falls after he used that flicker. Arora still in it.
Arora defends. We said that they have great clear, they have great high ground defense. They only lost Edward, but they stay in the game.
Yeah, they're managing the minion waves very well. Every time Liquid want to get close to ending things, all of that just for one turret. So now they have to watch out for the fact that Domingkite went for the Winter Crown. He can buy and sell immortalities later on. Now there's a Divine Glaive and Magic Lantern for UA, which is why minion waves are getting cleared very fast, alongside the fact that they have items already on this Granger. The Queen's Wings on that Lapu Lapu, they got that earlier, but the big item pickup, and which is why Liquid now have to be super careful, is that Demonkite doesn't care if he's the first target. He already has the Guardian helmet. He buys so much time every time.
And looking at the KDAs on Edward and Demonkite, hell, you get a lump of life in there too. It's diminishing returns. These heroes haven't gotten kills, so Liquid in turn are getting less economy on the clapback, and we're approaching a point where economy rarely matters anymore. Yeah. So they can just keep throwing bodies too. Arora have found a way to play Liquid's game.
What it's going to come down to is the objective fight here, and again, we're looking to see if Arora can actually have the fight that they want. They've been leaning towards Light to go ahead and get the hook, you know, to make a play there.
Yep.
But they might just have to full on decide that we got to go ahead and contest against TLPH for this next Lord coming up in less than 30.
Yeah, I think the main line of communication now has to be San. It has to be Sanji and Sanford. When Sanji wants to drop down the real world manipulation, Sanford has to be ready to look for Yue. Because the reason why Sanji got taken out in the last siege was that he dropped down the RWM, initiated, but Yue was free to be able to help reach Sanji, and those extra feathered airstrikes and eventually the cleanup by Arora was what took him down. So the Terizla and the Eve have to talk together, work together, and sync their ultimates so that Sanji will be safe. And even if Edward dives him, there won't be a clapback from Arora.
Well, here we go. Lord's up. It's evolved. Post the 20-minute mark here. TLPH still maintaining the lead that they have. They'll grab the buffs, give it over to Oheb as he grabs the purple and then the orange.
Oh, man.
Look at the positioning here, too, for TLPH. They know they don't have to rush this. They can play with some of the advantage that they have.
Yeah, sad sword for Dominkite, and that's bad news for Team Liquid Philippines. That BOD already locked in for him. Yikes, Athena's shield readjustment there through the Winter Crown. Arora, they can contest this, and Liquid, hey, if they mess up, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, they're gonna go for this. Oh, in trouble, there's the hook.
We'll go to JP. Light does not want to bite. And we see Edward backing off, not committing any ults just yet. Lord at an 1/8 of its health.
Oh, Demonkite's trying to get there, but he's trapped.
Sanji with a real manipulation, swiping left, swiping right. Oh, Light, as Demonkite goes down. The bite down by Light, cancelled, and backing off. He uses Splinter, he goes down. Kiel gets another. 2 for none, the trade. In comes Edward, holding the line. Arora does not like the situation they're in.
Oh, Sanji bought the immortality, JP as well. They jumble around, and now it's only 2 on the defense.
No Lord taken, but they're already inside the base. Down goes Ewan. There's minions for Liquid. The cavalry start off strong. 1-0.
JP found Dominkite. The AOG, the taunt, it delayed the damage output of Arora just enough for Liquid and OHEB to pop off and win.
A showcase of great skill here by both, but Tlph coming out stronger in game 1. And a phenomenal game for OHEB. 12-0-6, I think he was on the Harris. Let's throw it over to a panel to break it down.
Okay. We got a game. That was very decisive from Team Liquid Philippines here, looking so strong right off the bat.
I think that was enough of a reminder of the Harris ban and why it has always been a ban for majority of the playoffs and the regular season too, after people have finally accepted the fact that you cannot let certain players get their hands on this hero.
Exactly.
But it's way more than that, Rocker. We saw just how well the hero synergies were for Liquid and this lineup. And who else did play the Harith in that game?
Of course, your MVP is going to be OHEB for that Harith. Really insane in movements. Again, 12-0-6. They tried to Radiant Armor their way through it, figured out, but it was just not enough.
Especially in that last part where we thought Yue got to fly away to safety, but no, there was enough damage from a single, was that a synchro fission that came in from OHEB just to take him down. And this guy felt as if he had no struggles whatsoever from the laning phase all the way to the team fights. It was just, everything was on his terms. Like, if he wanted to use the Zaman Force, he had all the freedom to do so. He was never forced to use it just to get out, just to fight back defensively. And Liquid were so effective in ensuring that he was able to do his job.
Yeah, overall, it feels like it's because of that super beefy front line, the big beefy boys,
the big
right
beefy.
in front of you. Look at the front. It's Tlph on the Baksha. It's Sanford on it. Even Sanford's on a Drizzler, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
With JP on the Gatot already, how do you go wrong with that front line? All you got to do is balance out your DPS from the back, and you should be golden. And that's exactly what we saw here being done by OHEB as well as Sanji.
Yeah, I'm still not over that. The beefy beefy boys.
Thank you so much for that, Redmar Santa Cruz.
We thank you so much for that beautiful line, because that's exactly what we saw from Liquid. Every single time, Demonkite even wanted to just walk up front, approach and actually scout the area, because I think he's the guy who does that best alongside Edward. There could be a quick and immediate turn from Liquid to just answer back or like pour all of their resources on Demonkite, because I feel like the way that things turned, and for the longest time there was a more than at least 5k gold lead that existed between these two teams, and being this very damage heavy, team fight heavy lineup that they are, it's such an easy task for them if they wanted to commit, because they have countless ways of just stopping people from running away, the real world being one of those major ways that they always stop Arora from getting to escape.
Yeah, and the ways that they're also stopping Arora from getting those kills. You saw earlier Dominkite basically trying to snipe out Sanji, going into his face, and then being blocked by Tlph, being blocked by JP.
Yeah.
Amazing play, honestly, and that scored them. That cemented that game for Team Liquid Philippines. Although, mind you, it was a long game. 22 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock.
There were a lot of times where Liquid just wanted to end it. It was very obvious that they wanted to end it, but either Aurora found a decent trade in terms of kills. They were able to take, I think one time it was Sanji who they were able to find.
I think they traded Edward or Light for that, something like that, right?
So they had like really good clapbacks. So that stopped Liquid from just trying to commit any further into that, because it was very risky in itself against this lineup who I think, in a way, you could also consider to have a lot of beefy front lines and dive, because I think Edward was always trying to go in. He kept going in. He kept using the bravest fighter in. It's just unfortunate that Liquid don't feel the least bit rattled about him doing that, because Sanji can just always pop the real world. He'll have extra shields. Oheb could just use the Zaman Force. He could reposition away.
And you don't fight inside the Zaman Force.
You don't.
Yeah, you
Nowhere.
just don't.
Even the real world, you don't fight inside the real world manipulation.
That's true.
And you can't even jump on Sanford, JP, nor Carl, because they don't care.
They had a lot of land-based stuff. They had shielding. I mean, Oheb also shields himself.
Yes.
You know, Eve also shields herself. So at this point, what do you actually do if you're Demon Kite? You're kind of stuck between a rock and shielded people.
Yeah.
So what's the plan you're gonna be? The plan was to try to buy some time, get Demon Kite into a good position, but Oheb was just leaps and bounds ahead of him already.
Mind you, it was the Fredrin that they decided to first pick.
That was first pick.
That was the priority for Aurora in this draft.
Exactly.
So they wanted to play around that. They wanted to actually go for this utility lineup, but they probably didn't see this coming. Like, I don't know. I think the Harith's been gone for a bit too long that maybe not even Aurora were aware that it was actually available.
Like, we
as an
forgot
option.
that it's a thing.
Yeah, I'm glad I actually just out of the blue suddenly recalled that. Yeah, the Doming double is something they should pay attention to, especially if he gets the Harith. But he's not gonna get the Harith, right?
That's absolutely.
And then the Harith was open.
But the thing is, they had the option.
The option,
to do that.
yes.
They first picked the Frederick. Now, why they did that, I will have to really double check. Sometimes it's basically denying Carl Tizzy that Frederick. He is the Frederick man. I think it's the second most used hero of all time, maybe.
Yeah,
so.
it's nice to see him on the backshot again. I'll say that, because the way he played this backshot was just so precise. You saw how that one moment up top, he just kept chasing after Dominic.
He's skirting around it, and hopefully that's gonna be caught by our solo analyst. Let's throw it over to you.
Magandang ipinakita ng dalawang teams natin in game number 1. Kahit yung TLPH ay lamang na sa early game, mukhang nababawi pa rin ito ng Aurora because of their plays. May mga hero plays na nakita tayo in specific players, but in the end, it's TLPH na nanaig. Meron lang akong gustong ipakita sa inyo dito na statline between the two teams. Etong Aurora at TLPH ay merong pattern na mas magandang malaman natin kung ano nga ba yung mga nagpapalakas sa kanila. Ang Aurora, interestingly, sila dito sa buong liga natin ang nananalo kapag nakuha nila yung first turtle. For example, every time na makakuha ng Aurora, 91.67% chance na maipanalo nila yung laban as long as makuha nila yung first turtle. And kung sakaling first lord naman ang usapan, 96% para sa TLPH. Ganon kataas, ganon ka guaranteed na mananalo ang dalawang teams natin kapag nauna sila sa mga objectives. Now, when it comes to first turret and first inner turret, kapag nauunahan to ng TLPH sa pag-siege, ganun din, lagpas 91 of 90% ang kanilang tsansang manalo sa laban. So, ibig sabihin, hindi mo talaga pwedeng bigyan ng confidence ang TLPH when it comes to taking your turrets. Napakahirap talunin ng TLPH kapag ito na yung pangyayari. Now, interestingly, pagdating sa first evolved lord, ito yung malayo na yung naaabot. 100% chance kapag nahawakan ng Aurora ang unang evolved lord ng laro. pwede mo nang itigil, pwede mo nang i-pause, pwede ka nang kumain at kumain ng masasarap na pagkain with Nor kasi masasabi mo na Aurora na yung mananalo. Siyempre, sama na natin dyan ang Team Falcons na merong magandang resurgence dun sa dulo ng ating regular season. Ito yung mga stats na napaka-importanting bantayan sa mga teams. Kaya naman laging sinasama sa keys to victory natin na wag pa-earlyhin ang Aurora, wag pa-earlyhin ang TLPH. Ganun ang nangyayari. Nakukuha nila ang guaranteed ng mga pagkakapanalo. Dahil nga naman sa mga nalalaman nating panibagong kaalaman sa dalawang teams natin, masarap talaga ang panalo. Sa sarap panalo with Nor, masarap din ang magkaroon ng bagong kaalaman. This is The More You Nor. And hopefully ay meron tayong bagong natutunan yan. Abangan natin sa dalawang teams na to. Sino nga ba ang makakauna? Ngayon, balik na tayo sa ating laban. Back to the panel.
Thank you so much to Mr. Wolf.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Yes.
That's amazing. And it's actually really good to know that apparently...
really good to know.
Yeah, it's really good to know that apparently Aurora wins 90% of the games that they get that first hurdle with. That's very good information. Didn't happen here as well.
Yeah. I wonder how much this is gonna change, especially the next few drafts, specifically bans. Because that's what really surprised me, the bans.
Bands. Let's have a look and see later for that. But before we get started, here's one of your favorite segments. It's the pink test.
Shout sa mga pumunta sa venue. Gagalingan namin. Paisa nyo na kami.
Ano message mo sa mga fans doon?
Message ko sa mga fans. Thank you sa lahat ng sumusuporta. Bibigyan lang yung best namin and abangan nyo kami sa Jakarta. Grabe yung Aurora guys. Di pa kami makaisa sa Aurora. Ito na inaantay.
Sa mga suporta sa amin, maraming salamat mga Orange ko. Sa TLPH, good luck sa atin. Sana makahula. Kita-kits sa M7 guys. The final match is gonna be OHEM versus Dominkai, MG World Champion.
Thank you, Chick.
EWC 2025 champion versus Smiling Demon versus the GOAT.
Daddy JB.
And then Mr. Consistent himself, Edward versus the Apex Predator, Sanford.
Message ko sa mga supporter ng Aurora. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Then, ang message ko naman sa TLPH, good luck. Have fun.
See you in A.
See you. See you M2 Ju.
M2 Junior. Sampai jumpa. Sampai jumpa.
Sampai jumpa di M7.
Sampai jumpa di M7.
See you sa M7. Woo! Let's go.
Wow, a 5-man pink test.
Yeah. So first things first.
Fun.
It was a 5-man pink test. Second, there were a lot of things I could not understand.
Yeah, basically though, they're very happy to be here.
Yeah.
And we'll see them in M7.
I wonder how the entire world or internet reacted to finalizing our 2 Philippine representatives.
I've actually been trying to scroll through yesterday. I think everyone was tired, but a lot of them feel very happy to see these 2 teams.
What about the other regions?
I'm pretty sure they're just sitting in their chairs and just looking up and like...
We can confirm that too, you know.
I want to confirm
That's his theory.
That's my theory. I want to confirm that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What's the feel
You
like?
can also share it yourselves because you're probably watching.
You're
here,
already chatting, so let us know. I'm gonna read chat in a few moments. A really good treat. We don't really get to read chat a lot.
Nope.
So let's go ahead and try to read chat in a few moments, especially our international viewers. But before that, we have a bit of a treat for you guys. You know that guy who sang earlier? I think we're gonna have a little bit of a chat with him. Throw it over this stage.
Kasama ko nga ngayon ang Sony Music Philippines rising star, Ace Valenzuela! Hi Ace! Welcome to MPL Philippines!
Hi Almira! Hello everyone here at MPL Philippines!
Grabe ang raming fans! What was it like to perform in front of MPL crowd? Like, ano ba ang experience mo? Lalo na grand finals to.
Yeah, it was surreal kasi it's my first time to actually perform on a stage like this. And you know, I appreciate all the love and support everyone has been showing to the music and also to all the players right now.
At kinanta mo yung yung muli kanina. Maraming nakarelate at marami din nag-relapse. Can you tell us more about your music?
Well, my music, ano siya, medyo dreamy in a way and introspective. So you guys can follow me on Spotify, Apple Music. I'll be having a new song actually next month.
Wow! Surprise ba yun?
Around November-ish.
Pwede bang konting teaser or...
Title niya, sige,
Ano,
sabihin ko
yun
na.
lang.
Title niya, Hindi Mo Alam.
At hindi talaga namin alam.
Hindi, yun talaga yung title niya.
Yun talaga ang title.
Oo, yeah.
Yes, at aabangan namin yan, mga super fans. And nandito nga tayo sa Grand Final. Sabi mo kanina naglalaro ka ng Mobile Legends. Sino ang favorite hero mo?
Pinatry sa akin actually dati. Jungle, Gushon.
Ay, ang hirap nun In fairness, baka may future ka.
Kabahan na kayo dyan, oh.
Nandito tayo ngayon in front of the players. Anong gusto mong sabihin sa mga teams na naglalaban-laban ngayon? Any good luck message?
To all the teams, to everyone playing right now, always remember why you started. And you know, laban lang. Good luck.
Laban lang. I love that. So before we end this interview, anong gusto mong i-plug or social media accounts mo?
Hello, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. My name is Ace Banzuelo. I'm a singer, songwriter, and music producer. You guys can follow me at Ace Banzuelo on Spotify, Apple Music, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'll be having a new song next month. Abangan.
Once again, let's give it up for Ace Banzuelo! Alright, atat na nga ang super fans sa game number 2. Kaya naman, over to you, panel.
There you go. Thank you so much, Almira. Man, Ace. Break the serenading you, chat. What's up with that?
No. That's the song he sang a few moments ago.
That's right.
In case you guys want to check it out, I think it's entitled Muli.
Muli. If you want to relapse really quickly while we're doing the grand finals, go ahead and drop him a search on Spotify.
You can. We've been having guests over for the past couple of days.
A lot of musicians, by the way.
And they've had very different genres.
Yes, we got
Each and every
Nobita
time.
yesterday. First day we had like Bark,
and then we had Unexpected, and then we had
crazy.
There were a lot of guests that we had. Thank you so much to Sony Music.
Thank you so much. And it's really surprising that so many different kinds of people actually watch MLBB and play MLBB.
Yeah, he was a jungler. He was a Gushon main.
Exactly. We have so many artists that I know, like you know, aside from the ones that were here, like people like the big bands here in the Philippines,
and
like
they play?
Sponge Cola,
Oh, wow.
and all that. They actually play MLBB like really high level.
I did not expect that.
Yeah. So really super surprised at the same time, very amazed. And we thank each and every one of you, especially you guys in the chat. You guys are always so cool for hanging out with us. So
You guys are so cool.
See, Brigida thinks you guys are cool. So be cool, okay? So we're going into the draft here shortly for game number 2. What are we expecting, Bri? Do we still want to see that Franco make an appearance?
The Franco depends on the lineup, I'd say. Because there was a bit too much dive. It was a bit too overwhelming for the Franco to actually even find the right targets, nor even use the Bloody Hunt onto one, because he'd be always presented with either of those big, big guys.
That's right. Oh, by the way, Brigida, Eterna says, ang ganda mo.
Wow.
So,
Mas maganda ka.
So we're getting started here, guys. What's the map draw gonna be like? Earlier it was expanding rivers. This time it's broken walls.
And
it's El Neutrales, the map that does not really favor any specific team, I guess.
This would be a much more fun Baksha game.
Why do you think so? Why do you think so?
No, if he had the Baksha again earlier.
So it
and
has
that's
so many places to roll.
Yeah, so there's so many places to go. But the Baksha's banned, actually, just as he mentioned it. So again, the Harith is going to be open, but the priority is same. Fredrin gets picked up by Liquid. So now we can potentially see the Harith in Doming's hands.
That is going to be a treat for sure. They did not hesitate. Brigida went straight for the jugular, as they say, and they know that he can play it very well. So Arora gonna be happy to give that over to Dominkai. Now on the jungle side, what do you actually do when Tlph is so adamant to pick up a Frederen?
Yeah, I guess similar to what we saw worked well for Liquid earlier. To also deny those really good or high synergy picks for this hero. So the Gatot again, very common response in the red side, gets picked up too. A great deny from JP as well. So now I'm looking at what Liquid will be pairing up with. So they go guys all the way.
Wow.
Why does it feel like we're just switching lineups?
Swapperoo. I know. What the heck? Okay. This is gonna be interesting. Obviously, you have.
If this is the Eve.
If this is the Eve, this was a gentleman's agreement, wasn't it? Obviously, they will not have the front line of the Gatot Gacha that is on the side of Arora, so they will have to choose a different one. Chip is not banned here, Bri.
Yeah, even the CC's getting snubbed.
Even the CC is super late on the bans earlier.
Yeah, it's...
I think it was Blue 4 or Blue 5 ban.
Yeah, but maybe that's one consideration that we can probably look at for Arora. Do they want to pick up you as hero now? Earlier it kept getting banned. So now they actually pay attention to the CC.
Speaking of which...
Finally, we see it now. So far, Aurora's lineup's really looking very stable.
Yep.
The XP matchup, and I think it's very common to see the Lapu CC anyways. It's just a matter of how you're going to really execute the team fights. So mid lane heroes, we'll be looking at that heading into the second banning phase.
Yes, very heavily here. Obviously, Zushin has not been banned, but also not picked up in the first 3 phases. What do you think about that, right? Zushin and
Sand
Kimmy
rises when I give the word.
So that's saying something about where the meta is headed here. It's like most of the tanks are getting picked up first.
Yeah, and we're not seeing any mid lane bans either. They're going... or they're actually banning out light heroes instead, which is, I think, also pretty understandable if you want to like secure the amount of room that you want for the Harith right now, because this is already a Lapu Fredrin. So if you put another really annoying frontliner for Liquid, that's gonna be a big headache for Arora, especially considering that we don't see what Sanji's hero is too just yet. It could be a mid laner that's also very reliant on positioning, and
yeah,
you
it could be a hyper carry mid laner as well, like a Kimmy.
As far as the Kimmy
brought us
mentioned
here.
it, they're all still open up to this point. But with the Novaria ban, what could they be considering? Okay, I think the common matchup in the mid lane was a Selena
Among the
Novaria.
planes exists
Well, that's,
the equilibrium,
But they banned
which I was
one of them
made
banned
for.
out. So. And Selena, by the way, has not really been seen since maybe day 3, I believe, or day 2 of the playoffs. So I'm not sure what they're thinking right now here, especially for the mid pick. But I think Arora needs a bit of a stabilizer as well. Pretty similar to what the Eve was in that game number 1.
That's open. That's still open. If they actually want to consider that.
Only love and night are
So they go
everlasting.
Sicilian.
All right. That's an OG pick for Yue. Definitely wants to play at a very long range. And I think they also want to play a bit of a long game.
Yeah. JP, looking at what JP still might want to pick up here. If it's the roamer heroes that are still available, the chip Kalea still there, but the AOG, I might not want to pick the chip into this lineup that Arora has. Kalea again keeps getting snubbed.
Yeah.
Hylos is there.
What is up?
Hylos is there though.
It's a good front line, but I still think the chip is a good pick here.
Payback.
Sarsha's there that you're talking
lead the
about.
charge.
Hilda! Okay.
But what's the jungler for Arora?
Oh, they left it for last, actually.
Hayabusa's still there.
I would not mind an assassin jungler in this matchup. I feel like you have to temper that mid game.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
Box is not an option at the same time. So we are looking for a possible assassin for me.
I might not be a lane, man.
I cannot believe my ears and my eyes.
Wow, welcome back, Mr.
What?
Barrett. Okay.
I wouldn't know. I would have not expected this to actually come through. What? Barrett's. And it's not a Barrett's accompanied by any kind of support. There's
That's
no
true.
Mathilda.
It's just the Barretts.
It's just the Barretts.
So they're going to go hand in hand with the Gatot Kacha, try to keep this front line, this back line alive rather. So it is going to be a big question of whether or not TLPH can bypass the Barretts.
This is so interesting. A Fredrin Barrett's matchup.
What season is this?
What season are we in?
Oh my goodness, this is going to be a treat for the Barrett's mains for sure. But for the meantime, we're going into game number 2. TLPH is ahead. Let's throw it over to our casters.
You know, that's the same question we were asking ourselves here on the desk. I said we're going to go through an evolution of the meta, game to game. Well, yes, what season is this? A Fredrin Bears Jungle.
Oh, we are so back. And I bet you, Naisu, started to miss Homa. Because you're a bit of a revisit to Daytona's welcome. But you missed Florida, huh?
That's
Yeah. Okay. Well, behind the scenes, we were saying, okay, this has to be like a tie, or maybe even an alpha. I like the Barretts, but this means that Rora are playing around their magic damage. They're playing around the Sicilian and the Harith, which it makes a lot of sense that they'll both be getting the discounts so that they can get their items quicker. But Liquid, bro, they just need to build a bunch of Radiant armors and then they'll be okay. Let's see if Arora can make this work. This is a very high risk, but Yue making it look rewarding because he is undefeated with the Sicilian.
And this is once again a specialty Harith in the hands of Dominicite. So many teams in the regular season have done 100 different things to ban out this Harith, and here he ends up with it.
Yeah. And that's why I'd say this is looking good. Like, if you go down to the draft, I don't know what people say about the Barretts now. But this is already good, solid picks, New-Wave and Dominic.
That's the thing. It's so brand new and so old at the same time that people don't have strong opinions about it.
You're not sure, you know? You're like, is it still good or not?
Yo, man, if it wins, everyone's gonna say, wow, what a brilliant pick. If it loses, boo. Like, why'd you pick the Barretts? But, you know, personally, I like it. So, let's see. As we're looking at the action of the big screen, from time to time, I encourage our viewers to look at the map. See how the laning is actually going between Dominic and Noheb. Because this is what's gonna be one of the main determining factors whether or not Arora will make this Barretts in the jungle work. How well can Dominic actually manage Oheb in the gold lane and win in the gold lane?
First turtle's up. Everything already happening here. Even kind of will start this up, but now it's probably easy to fight or to jump in.
Here goes 40. Almost gets bit and hit with that detonus welcome. But Demon Guy so quick on the retribution, securing that first turtle for the northern line. Sanford very low. Lights on him, gets that taunt. To the direct right by Sanji. A lot of damage onto Edward, popping that vengeance.
Oh, now they're still trying to get away. Edward could be in trouble. He falls.
Output King bites it. Light standing in the middle of 3. Little low, pops that concussive blast. Missile expert, not enough to displace Carl Teasy. Rora gets to lick their wounds. Happy with that one objective.
Okay, good thing the Philippines were able to balance things out with a kill, but yeah, Demon Kite actually getting the Retribution Battle win against Carl TZ there. Good thing that he was able to. But you see now, Liquid, even though they lose a turtle, they're not afraid to fight and re-engage. So Arora, especially Light, needs to keep that in mind. UN needs to keep that in mind. And JP's still been super annoying for Arora to deal with. His positioning is at the Hilda is one of the reasons why they were able to get that kill eventually onto Edward.
All right, take a look at the items too. You saw that you have about a couple hundred gold in favor for Dominic Kite in the lane you mentioned. Oh, keep an eye on that. Now, look at this. Yeah. Again, there's the pressure you were talking about.
Yeah, up top, Oheb got pushed back into the tower, and Dominic Kite was actually recall spamming in front of him, so we weren't able to see that on the big screen. But again, I encourage y'all, look at the map from time to time. Now, okay, good thing JP was able to, I feel like after that, that's when Oheb told JP, hey, I need your help here, join out. So now you see Arora, especially like trying to get vision in the jungle. I'm pretty sure Dominic knows that JP's hanging around here.
He's fine. Light on his tail, flushes him out almost seemingly with instant reaction. Yeah. And they'll serve up this gold grab over to Dominic. Very good start for that gold lane.
Good block there actually by Light to stop Oheb from getting that. But then also Oheb got a fat wave. Still gonna be really close. No team can find a big win in the gold lane just yet. The EXP lane, it's gonna be another dead lane experience unless one of them actually really messes up. This turtle looks good for Aurora.
They're going to start it up. LPG is part of it. They might have to just force this fight. There's the other airstrike.
Sanji here, blasting away, cancels it. Oh, it actually secures the turtle. How'd that happen? And now you went blasting away with those bad impacts. And Demon Kite, no follow through from the rest of the Northern Lights, all liquid.
Light's in trouble. He's going to go down here too. It's 1v4 Light. He'll fall. JP picking that one up.
Again, JP on the Hilda, plus the fact that OHEB got the miraculous last hit using the Death Sonata. That was all liquid. And you see again the presence of this Hilda every time showing off in the back. Demon Kite was left alone there because Hilda just decided to go after you and Doming.
I'm thinking when JP's utility will expire. And if that'll ever happen, oh my God! Doming Kite with Sanji and JP alone. OHEB not even part of the action. Takes him out. What was he thinking?
I mean, he's been pressed off of his tier 1 turret, zoned out completely for a while now, and then he ends up going down.
JP's locked in. JP is so locked in right now. So are everyone else inside of Liquid. Massive lead. Now he's the one flexing. This Hilda, again, dude, there's so many problems every team fight. It seems like, yeah, they're looking around the objective, but US always getting left behind. There needs to be a fix in the comms. Watch out for the Hilda first. Accept that maybe going all in, making sure getting the turtle won't be the right play. Slowly go for heroes.
Lane, Edward, on the vengeance.
Razor's Wrath, not enough to take him down. He's all right. Again, a dead lane, and this is, weirdly enough, good news for Arora. If at least one of your lanes isn't getting beat down, you have time to build up Yue. And in my humble opinion, I think Yue is more of a power player now than he was in Game 1. So at least if Arora can extend this to past the 16, 18-minute mark, they should be in a better shape compared to Game 1.
Yeah, we've seen that facility in the hands of Yue before. It'll be quite deadly, especially in the late game now, leading into this next objective. Turtles, they can't let that turtle be secured by OHEB again. I don't know if that was the Death Sonata or the Rhapsody that got it, but Carl Teasley's setting this one up.
That is welcome. Throw in Sanford over into that wall. The Salmon Force by Doming Kite. 40 balls serving up a kill to Yue. JP gonna be up next. Sanji on his back. AOG by Light cancels it. Sanji with the flicker. Razor's Wrath taking Doming Kite down.
Carl?
Down goes JP. Edward taking care of business.
A good fight for Arora. Edwards jumping back up on the top side. He keeps OHEB out, but a good fight there.
Abu Jinjing has had it.
Yeah, perfect team fight split. Of course, Edward not giving up on the kill meant that they get a little bit more resources. Carl Teasy, a little shaky there. It looked like he would have gotten punished big time by Arora, but Sanji eventually came back to back him up. So now Arora can continue playing around that idea. See, they were going slowly, just a little bit for the heroes. Demon Kite was able to get that bite down onto Sanford. And then if they can continue to make sure that Sanford's the one taking the brunt of the damage initially, then they should be okay.
Sanford has been doing well to keep Edward down, but Edward rotates out. And I think that's a small victory for Arora. That bottom lane, that extra lane can take care of itself. Yeah. Now we're going into Doming Kite is ready. And I'm hoping that's where Arora is right now, because if you're waiting for US still, that's about 6-7 minutes out from now. Like, that is a non-starter if you want to fight now for this first war.
At least in that case that Yue got a kill out of that, you know, kind of help him scale up a little bit quicker here. They did go ahead and do that lane swap. Doming Kite now on this bottom side. Trying to press this in, but he's going to have a whole lot to deal with. So can't exactly push the lane in, or push that turret down, and they're going to lead into this next floor when it does come up. So it's up to Arora to kind of decide on how they want to play this out.
Yep, Sanji is staying way back. He's actually floating around the orange side buff of Arora. I think he's providing space for OHEB, but Sanford's in trouble.
Right, with a good seal, forcing Sanford out of defensive range. That's the first turn for Arora.
I guess I said they want to decide what to do. They got the turret.
Yeah, I think that was the info. The fact that Sanji got into the orange buff without any vision at all, I think Liquid decided to just call, hey, I think all of them are just down there already in the lower portion of the map. So good thing Sanford was able to get away in time. And when you're going to look at Barrett's and the Lapu Lapu, you're waiting for the timing of the Bravest Spider, the Raging Slashes, the CC immunity, a little bit of the Lapu Lapu should help avoid the initial wait.
Oh, this is a fight that's breaking out. Carl Deasy, the Vanguard for Liquid. It's a non-starter. Arora has to let go. They have to reconsider their options here.
I was kind of surprised too that they were so up front, especially with Doming Kite leading the charge. Still going. Dead here, but now Edward could be in trouble.
My God, Edward's got 3 on him. The dead is welcome. Throw him to the wall. The vengeance.
Go!
Swiping away Sanji with the salvos. Kyle Teasy survives. Light falls into the back line. 40 against 3. Arora can't fight with this front line wrecking lineup.
Liquid, they woke up good today. The positioning of Sansan, the Vengeance came in actually perfectly for Edward. I thought they'd be able to get the punish, but the fact that Sachi, right at the very furthest edge of his feathered airstrike, still got the kill onto Edward. And then eventually Sanford coming through, readjusting so that the other members of Arora can clap back. This is why we were a little bit skeptical towards the Barracks. It was good, but still with a healthy hint of skepticism. Now if we look at the items, on the way to the Dominance Ice for the Lapu Lapu, already up to the Malefic Roar for the Granger, still very far away from the Holy Crystal for Dominkite's Harith, and that's the item that they need right now.
It's crazy how it fell apart so fast for Dominkite. You know, he was winning that lane against Oheb, and then all of a sudden he's down at what, 2,000 gold. Oh.
It's that bad.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
He's got to go heal back up. I don't know, he's having a good time.
When it comes to big fights, Arora just doesn't have enough utility. I don't know how Liquid's making this work, because you look at their lineup, the only real AoE CC they have is Sanford and Carl DZ. JP makes it look like he has it, but he's using damage as a threat to make up for that.
Yeah.
Oh, conceal?
JP looking to go hunting, jumps onto Yue, forcing that Bat's Feast. They take care of the Lord, and in comes Carl DZ. Feathered airstrike by Sanji. Surgical approach to taking that tier 2.
Yeah.
Turret.
The fact that JP changed the trajectory of his walk, he used a second skill, I believe, on the minion, making it look like where Yue brought down his Bat's Claws, actually, the Sanguine Claws, would have caught JP. But JP was like, nope, I knew you know that I think I'm going there, so I'm going to go this way instead. Setting up with the feathered airstrike for Sanji, stopping any responses from Arora.
They're playing around with the utility that they have very well for Tlph. They find themselves now with a good lead. 6k up, they're going to put pressure on the purple, and they've got it as well. So Demonkite, no buff here. Definitely having a hard time. I mean, it's not just that Barrett is kind of slow to move on his own, but realistically, you're able to be kind of that front line, but then you also put yourself in the position to get the Daytona as well come off and try to make that work, but it's not working the way they want to. And I feel like a big part of that is because, again, it's Dominkite that's taken a lot of damage before a big fight even breaks out. So then his positioning is then at risk of that.
Yeah, in the heyday of Barats, there would always be a hero like a Matilda or a Rafaela to help in the positioning. Here, he's basically raw dogging that as well, because he's trying to get it in when Liquid knows it. Here it is. We just have to sidestep. We just have to move over here.
It's a brute force Barrett. The fact that you have the Revitalize on the Gacha, theoretically, if everyone's just all clumped up, it'll work well for him. But wait, whoa.
See, even this they can't deal with. Appraiser's Wrath right in your face. In comes 40. Sanji with the feathered airstrike, forcing his Alpha Force away from Demonkite. Dominkite too, but he's down. And these 3 members of Liquid are running through him. Down goes Light. Down goes Demonkite. And there's nothing Arora can do.
Tlph saw the window and they took it.
And they're already in the base, not even taking down the inhibitor. This is a straight-on stampede. Edward, the only one left, push out of his own base. This is miserable.
Oh, they're quite low. They'll clear out the minions.
Oh, Edward, no.
He's gonna fight.
Edward,
why?
Not gonna survive against 5. Not like this.
He bought enough time though. The turret still stands. But the Lord is up, so they'll reset. They'll make their way for the Lord.
A lot of questionable decisions for the side of Arora. I know for them it's like, yay, cool, we got Carl Teasy, but there's a massive deficit for you. If Carl Teasy shows himself in the map like that, there's always at least going to be 1 or 2 members of Liquid nearby ready to swoop in. Bro, that's a Fredrin. He can take that damage. Questionable for Arora.
He wants to take that damage.
Yeah.
And in the wake of that stumble, again, a wipeout. Arora, see another Lord go over to Liquid.
As I'd say, you see the value in him. That's what Fredrin is. And with this, the Lord is secure. They'll get ready to go ahead and take down some of these base turrets of Aurora's. Again, the lead has ballooned to 10,000. And honestly, Arora has not had an answer for anything so far through this game. Even when you look at, okay, what's the late game insurance policy? Is it Yue isn't there. I mean, he's got what, 2 items he's working on next. Doming finally gets his Holy Crystal, man. So they should be able to at least clear the waves of that. Hold on. They do get a base turret. Base turret's gonna go down. The Lord is still being worked on here. So Aurora's able to clear it out. 12,000 now for Tlph. They take the discipline route. They end up taking out this mid turret next. Tier 2 is gonna be the focus here. Sanford jumps forward. Down forward. Desperately trying to hold on to base turrets, but look at the feathered airstrike damage.
Yeah, it hurts
Too much.
too much. Aurora now have to pull a miracle, and at this point, Liquid, a night and day performance from what we saw from the last time we saw Liquid and Aurora go up against each other. Remember, going into this, Liquid has not beaten Aurora in a series. Now, 2 games in the best of 7 grand finals, they are just dominating Aurora.
Demon Kite gets taunted here. Energy eruption working out. Over to you, Sanji gets blasted. Crocodile is gonna be up next. Detona's welcome, thrown into the wall. Looking light from the back line. Edward 2. The Vengeance pop. The AOG catches OM. In comes Edward. Down goes Carl Teasy. Where did this come from? JP gonna chase down by Edward. Down goes Demon Kite. Demon Kite looking to swear vengeance for his fallen brother. Edward hunting JP down. Broken wall working out for him. 3 for 1. Oheb, former brothers, agents, now turned rivals. Oheb wins.
And a back and forth. And it erupts here in the arena, but Aurora might have found a little bit of life in that exchange.
100%. I'm not completely sure if it was the missile expert that brought Sanji in a very weird spot.
Didn't expect that.
Did not expect. He was not supposed to be there that close. Light and Edward came in perfectly for the gank, but they could not get Oheb comfortably. JP was spacing out very well for Oheb, but then Oheb eventually got that kill onto Edward after the clapback. Liquid now, I think that was a warning shot. Aurora are definitely back in this, while Liquid still hold a comfortable lead. Remember, there is already a Holy Crystal on that Harith for Dominkite.
It looks like TLPH will still respect what Aurora is able to do. They'll let Demon Kite go in and start that Lord. They're fighting for position here. Look at JP's positioning though. Keep an eye on him. Lord less than half health. The feather airstrike comes down.
7 force by Demon Kite. He's got Sanford trained on him. Demon Kite very low. Down goes Edward. Oh, it gets another. Carl Teasy taking out the equation. Light served up a kill. 40. Very low. Seasoning mortality. Oheb wailing away. Demon Kite. UA and Demon Kite cutting their losses. No retribution for Liquid.
It's on the gold laners now. And I think Carl Teasy needs to understand, like, with the damage already on that Harith, he can't be like the main front guy. But I think Liquid decided to commit that turn. They decided to go call for the hero instead. And now you see some very classic echo shenanigans of where Sanji is right now, very deep in. My question is, how long is he gonna hold that bush? Because the last time we saw something like this, it was held for like, what, 4 or 5 minutes all those years ago.
Yeah, and not only that, but Leo mentioned this earlier on.
He's backing?
Especially with UA on the Sicilian here, he's going to need plenty of time. Well, look at this, 313 stacks.
Ooh.
Almost at the 18-minute mark. That's why we're seeing the impact of those bad impacts now.
God, look at this kill. 1 kill away from map stacks. 70 on the Sky Piercer. That means he's been getting all of his kills off after he got the Sky Piercer.
Oh, yeah.
Just pure value.
Yeah, so even though Aurora, you see them fighting very well, Oheb's not dying. And now the pressure is on the Dominkite and Oheb. It's really on them right now to mess up. Oh!
Lucky with the fair airstrike. Zoning UA out.
Flicker down, too.
JP as well.
Liquid cannot blitz this. They have to wait for the feathered airstrike to come back.
Yeah, they're going to need that. And it was Oheb that grabbed that purple buff on Aurora's side and half health here.
Man-to-man defense like JP keeping UA honest. Lord at a 10 of itself. Sanford with the Brave Spider. 7 force fight Dominkite. They're bruising down the Lord. Oheb secures. Immortality off of Sanford. Down goes Domink.
Domink's gone and Edward's going to fall as well.
AOG by Light does not find JP. The taunt on the Demon Kite. This is close to over. Nothing for Aurora on the board. Down goes Sanji. Can Light you and do this? The flicker from Daddy JP.
Oheb's there. He's looking for more. He takes out another and Oheb will get another. It's a wipeout.
Liquid continue their momentum. 2-0.
You see the hype on Oheb stood up immediately. Sanji and OM on point. The man-to-man defense from JP. Liquid do not want to let go of the hopes of the Golden Road.
OM back-to-back games. Phenomenal, locked in there. Comes in, cleans up. And JP as well, man. We got to throw it over the panel to break this one down.
And that is an unofficial savage for OHEB. Look at that. I have, like you mentioned this earlier, man. I have never seen OHEB this insane before.
I've never seen him this angry.
He looks mad.
You could feel the emotions in his gameplay. And for this entire regular season, I just saw him as a more low-key, does the job, but it's not that flashy kind of gold laner as what we probably are so used to seeing him. But now, it's different. Game number 1, he had the Harriet, he was just unstoppable. But who made all of this possible in the first place?
Of course, it is Daddy JP there going crazy with the Hilda actually in the first few minutes of the game.
Wow.
He was non-stop here. That's
yeah, he never let go of the
heptases, man. Wow.
So you could see
you gotta make those first hits count, right? Yeah.
And why he was so confident in burning the flicker just to chase after kills and pick it up for himself. And I think he did get a couple of kills in the early.
All right. But I saw a few times where he hesitated to swing the axe.
Yeah. Maybe
he was
just
trying to give the kill.
Give way, yeah.
But Carl Tlph was about to die in that specific moment. So he said, you know what, I'll take it. Let's go.
Yeah.
And he did the job that was necessary for Team Liquid to really, again, stampede their way to victory.
I just want to say, if you missed the pre-show, this guy has been always undefeated in the grand finals. And how is Liquid playing this good against Arora, who again, they never beat in the regular season?
Yeah, he's like a grand final savant. He's a maestro here. As you can see how he has enabled this kind of movement coming in from Team Liquid Philippines. The big pincer maneuvers, they have so much confidence going into the team fight. Again, because of very reliable backline support from OHEB as well as, of course, their front line, which is crazy on that Fredrin. And we're seeing the reason why Carl Tlph really is a Fredrin man so far for MPLPH.
Yeah. And honestly, it was also partly Arora. And as our casters mentioned, making some really questionable decisions throughout.
That's right.
It's not as clean as the Arora we're so used to seeing.
I'm looking forward to Arora cleaning it up, especially for game number 3. Because if this keeps going, we might go early today. I don't want to see that. Everyone's guessing a game 7 here.
I don't want to see that too. And maybe we can also kind of recall how we all felt about the Barretts in the start, in the beginning, when it was revealed to us in the draft, because there were a lot of, I don't know, uncertainty around it. There was a lot of uncertainty around the Barretts pick. Aside the fact that it's not paired up with a support hero that we did mention before heading into the game.
Yeah, like the Mafilda, it helps with mobility.
Yeah, it should be there. Usually the Barretts is very hard to pull off, even way back when it was meta, if you don't have that by its side. So what more now that it's not entirely in the meta, and Liquid are just stampeding their way through with this kind of lineup that they have.
Basically, if you don't have like an S-test to make sure that you are not dying right away, or a Mafilda to get you out of harm's way, maybe make a very fancy Dayton is welcome play, it's really bad. And it's been giving bad results in the previous meta. But now, we're seeing, again, Renmar said it, like, if it wins, it's good. If it's bad, you know, if it doesn't loses, is it automatically bad though? I guess we'll have to see because we haven't. It's only game 1. Sorry, it's one game.
It's just one game. It's not a best of 5, so Arora still has 2 more chances of actually evening out the series and not letting Liquid actually secure the win. But yeah, maybe it was a bit too apparent that they clearly tried to play too much for Yue and Dominkite here, even when there were no other options for utility jungler or for meta utility junglers left. So maybe they really settled with that idea, and I don't think it's that bad because Barretts, it's like something very similar to the Predrin in a sense.
Yeah, you know what? We saw some pretty fancy maneuvers earlier in the mid-game where we said, you know what? Oh, Arora, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe they could pull something off.
But that's it. They weren't able to.
Yeah, it was just a one-off, apparently. I thought they could kind of momentum their way out of that one, but apparently that did not happen. So far, that was a 19-minute game, which we expected would be very good for the Sicilian, which it did, to some extent. The Sicilian did hurt. But once your enemies start jumping onto you, the range of the Sicilian and what it can do kind of just diminishes.
That dude, I think they got really outranged in this game. The Farsa and the Ranger, plus the Skypiercer stacks, plus the amount of damage they already got because they were very much ahead in terms of gold, was too much for Arora to handle. That even if Demon Kite and Light tried to put themselves up front, they couldn't tank it, or Liquid don't care. They will just try to bypass or just try throwing out their resources onto either you or Demon Kite. They'll be the ones looking for them instead. Like, they know that Demon Kite nor Light won't pose that big of a threat. So what's stopping them from playing so aggressively? And even Sanji, we saw him holding some very rare or unusual bushes. It was even mentioned by the casters that it reminds us of a same or a similar play years ago where 5 minutes that person just stayed in that bush. Well, Sanji didn't do that, but...
Not 5 minutes, but it's the same effect, right?
Yeah, you get the point. It's so aggressive from Liquid.
Aggressive, which is, again, their signature coming into this one. Oheb is the BPI rich guy with 878 GPM. He went loco in this one, folks. He went loco.
In the past 2 games.
In the past 2 games, honestly. And then this one, I was saying maybe part of it is also, you know, he is facing off against one of his brothers, one of his favorite teammates, Edward. We saw that earlier when Edward was going insane on the bottom side. It's so poetic. It was Oheb who shut that down.
Yeah, we were all screaming, oh, it's Edward and Oheb up against each other down bottom when they actually had that team fight, but
my heart.
Those were just one of the many encounters they had so far in the past 2 games, but it's so unfortunate that we don't get to see Arora play their game just yet.
Yeah, I don't think this is Aurora's game.
This is not. They're much more cleaner than this.
I know. So I'm wondering what needs to happen here, and maybe they'll get a little bit more of an idea of what needs to happen here. Maybe it's Yue. I would like to see Yue back on the Kimi, at least for 1 game.
Yeah.
Just to bring back that savage feel that we saw in the regular season for him.
I also think this was the Sicilian's first loss.
It is, I think so.
Because every time they bring out the Sicilian, it's either a do or die, it's either I don't know, they choked out Yue's other options kind of situation, but he pulls it off either way. But this was different. It wasn't a last pick Sicilian, it was I think a first phase Sicilian.
Yeah, very early. I think second, Red 2, I think there was Red 2.
Yeah, but even then, it didn't work. So it's really unusual to see Arora in this kind of position. We're hoping that they actually find a way to regroup heading into game number 3, but if we are gonna put a bit more highlight onto Sanji, what else can we say about this Farsa performance even?
I mean, usually Farsas are pretty laid back, right?
Yeah.
But this one, Sanji also was on fire here. There's just no other way to say it.
Yeah.
He was crazy. He went also very aggressive.
Even against a Gatot, a CC.
Gatot usually cancels out your feathered airstrike, so usually you want to stay far away.
Yeah.
But in this one, Sanji really played like, I don't mind. Let's go ahead. Let's duel it out.
I don't care. Let's go.
So, is that the mode that we're seeing Team Liquid in right now? Is this a mode where they don't really have any fear against any pick? That's a scary Team Liquid.
That
right?
is.
So before that though, obviously, I hope that our players are taking water, especially with SIP purified water, which is filtered through volcanic rocks for a crisp, clean taste that quenches like no other. Alis uhaw, sip na. Nice segue, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I really thought about
Maybe
that.
we should translate Alis Uhaw in a bit, but Also, just so you guys know, if you have no funds to shell out for air conditioning units that will only use once, worry not, because Arctic Aircon Rental has a wide range of packages that will surely fit your budget.
Yeah, be it an outdoor function or an outdoor affair. Sorry, an indoor function or outdoor affair. I mixed those two up. I'm sorry. Arctic or Aircon actually rental is here to make your events cool and fuss-free while keeping your guests comfy. Which again, they're the ones actually doing this whole thing. And this whole...
You can see why his hair is like...
But the air is blowing in my face.
Yeah.
It's so cold, I'm actually shivering in a place where it's usually very hot. So thank you so much. And of course, let's go to Go Hotels. If you want to go explore more, hashtag Go Explore More with Go Hotels. Go ahead and book them right here. If you need a place to chill in while you are waiting after a very tiring grand finals, there's one nearby here.
Yeah.
So
our casters are always excited to head back
and chill
to Go Hotels after a long day, because we've had long days throughout our playoffs. This isn't new to us, by the way. Even in season 15, we've had like the first 2 days with all maxed out series, 2 best-of-5s
and 20-minute games.
So this isn't new to us, but we're glad we have Go Hotels this time.
Thank you so much for Go Hotels for keeping us near the area and making me not commute all the way to the middle of the city. Thank you so much. So we are going to go ahead and get into the smart power pose though. Put your game face on and make your smart
Do the
power
pose, do the pose.
Let's do the pose.
Oh, I wish Glad did it.
Yeah,
oh, there you go. Oh, no.
Come on. It's a classic OHEB pose. So,
come on.
Is no one willing to take the challenge?
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
That's good.
It's from Aurora's side.
You just keep the tip of your finger right under your nose.
Shush the haters.
Yeah.
Shush the doubters, boys and girls. Come on.
Okay. Oh, he had to take off his glasses, so it's more accurate. Okay.
That's right. OHEB doesn't have glasses.
Okay, I think this is a face-off. This is going to be a face...
Oh, wow. That's how you do it. They're trying to...
I like it. Okay.
They're trying to style their hairs.
So every time it pans to the other, they'll be fixing their hair first and then redoing the entire thing. But okay, congratulations, sir.
Okay.
You are unfortunate.
Can he win too?
You win.
Can they both win? Please, Smart.
Everyone thinks you're still a winner.
Yeah, we're all winners here with experiencing such a beautiful match like this. And again, highest tier MLBB action, I think.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look at that. How often do you see the top 1 team forced to draft a lot more differently than they usually do?
This is completely different Aurora, honestly, that we're seeing.
I don't know where to start, Brie, honestly. I could feel how Coach RC is also like really mad.
Yeah. So
he said it, right?
He said it yesterday.
Yesterday, and in another interview that he blames himself.
I think for game 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, for day 1.
Day 1.
Where they lost.
Yeah, they lost their match against Falcons before their rematch during day 1 of the play-ins, and he says he blames himself because he wasn't there, or like he wasn't able to help because again he had to recover.
Yeah.
So now look at him. Look at Coach RC now.
He's on fire. And for Aurora, I feel like, come on, we need... Should we go back to basics here? Like master the basics?
I hope so. I hope so.
Is that the call? Come on, we need something like that to happen because right now it feels like we are hemorrhaging wins. We're hemorrhaging gold here for the Aurora side.
Yeah. Fundamentals were always what we were looking forward to see in Aurora's playstyle, and how clean their execution is of these fundamentals.
Yeah.
They're a team you always want to look forward to seeing or to look up to when you want to like double check on how you're doing your fundamentals.
They're like the baseline.
They're the baseline.
Yeah.
And it's a bit too clean. It's unbelievably clean. So now I feel like everyone's really confused as to what's happening.
What's going on, man?
What's going on? But it's nothing that they can't recover from. We've seen this time and time again. Aurora, if there's one thing that they've learned throughout time, definitely it's to adapt.
That's right.
A lot more better in situations like this.
Adaptability is something that we've seen Mr. Consistent go through as well. So I don't doubt it's gonna happen, or it can happen. The question is when. But before that, let's roll it over to an M7 Spotlight video with Kyrie.
Me and the team are doing good in scrims and practice, and hopefully we can play the same in the tournament. Don't forget to support us and watch us guys on this upcoming playoffs, and hopefully we can qualify for M7 and see you there.
Aw, thank you, Kyrie.
Did you hear the squeals in
saw a few
the
people-
arena?
I think some people are fainting after seeing Kyrie there. But yeah, I'm kidding. No, they're not. But they're close to.
I heard so many screams and squeals and
Kyrie looks good.
yeah.
His hair is pretty good.
I can't even recall the last time I heard him speak in Filipino.
Anymore. We miss you,
okay.
Kyrie. We miss you, brother. And here's a golden Sammy we're talking about here. They're looking for that back-to-back championship. Season 15, Season 16, can it happen? They already won MSC. They already won Season 15. If they win Season 16, M7 is the only one missing.
Oh my goodness. It was something that we once thought was so impossible.
It feels like a fever dream.
Yeah, just because of how competitive every single season develops into, and like even when you step foot into Worlds, there are just other regions constantly stepping up too.
Exactly, not just the season, not just Philippines, right? It all over the world. In Indonesia right now, Onyx feels unstoppable. Onyx feels very strong. SRG all the way in Malaysia. Also, I think they're undefeated so far in the season.
Yeah.
So what is up? Everyone in the chat knows this, especially our international viewers. They're the one who loves watching the other regions as well. Everyone's going crazy right now, and the Golden Road feels impossible. But Tlph is starting to do it.
Yeah, we have Liquid. So there's two things that Liquid might actually accomplish if they do secure the championship for this season. For now, it's being the third team to get a back-to-back, and it's being one step closer to finally achieving the Golden Road.
But speaking of close, Bree, can anyone be more close than these two, Edward and Ohem? It's really spine-tingling seeing them together in so many pictures, especially in these ones in the background when they're so young.
Yeah.
Look at these baby faces right there.
Look at their face masks.
Oh,
and look at their hairstyles.
Look at their hairstyles evolving throughout the years as
Look
well.
at their headbands. Look at their jerseys. We've seen all versions of it where they were in a single team. So if you were to throw back to, I think, a lot of people's favorite era, the Age of the Crown.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very iconic duo that you're seeing too in both Edward and Oheb. So sometimes when you think about it, it's a bit too unreal it's been so long since we last saw them play together.
And it's now even more unreal to see them beating each other up on the stage. Not literally, but in the game. You know what I mean, guys? Come on.
Yeah, of course. What else could we mean?
It's just so poetic. At the same time, it really just hits at your heartstrings, man. But for that matchup that we are looking for the longest time, Demon Kite, Carl Tizzy, I gotta say, the stats are really skewing towards the face of MLBB, at least in this specific one.
Yeah, I think also up there you could put Zaida.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I agree, Brie.
If not, I think he has first for some of these, or no, I think it's majority in Carl's hands too. Like Carl, maybe you could say because he's played a lot more games. I think that's almost double the games that Demon Kite played in the playoffs. But also, it's something. It's one thing to be this consistent in all of these games.
And across all of these stats as well, like DPM, average kills, GPM, you're getting ahead of most of the junglers. It's scary to think that Carl Tizzy is doing this as well, with mostly utility. Mostly utility. So it's insane. At the same time, it's also kind of maybe painting a picture of what our metagame in the jungle currently looks like.
It's great though that both of these junglers we're seeing in our screen or in front of our screens are junglers who can work with either of the two jungle types that exist now or that you most probably have to familiarize yourself with, so you could really play the current metagame, because you can't be restricted. Like now that we're in this patch,
Yeah.
you can't stick with just like all utility throughout or
You can't be a
all
one-trick.
assassin. You can't
Yeah.
be like that. And so it really favors teams who have learned how to adjust and explore a bit more. We were so used to only sticking to one, and now it's so nice to see that we are open to both.
That's right. And at the same time, we've also seen teams who have failed to adapt to what the meta is in the jungle that they've already faltered. They've already
Yeah.
fallen here in the MPL Philippines Season 16 playoffs. So either way, I still want to see that Fredrin contested. I think you guys want
Yes, of
I
course.
know you guys want to see the Carl TC Lancelot. We're all in this together. Trust me, chat. We know.
Yeah, so
But
now that I think about it, so
and the Hayabusa as well, right?
Liquid's successful in first picking the Fredrin over the Harith. And isn't that like Doming's first or maybe even second loss
Probably.
on the
yes.
Harith this season?
It's insane. It's one of his best heroes. It's one of Domenkite's best heroes, and it suffered that fate. It is scary to think what kind of strategizing that Team Liquid is doing right now behind the scenes to make sure that their best picks, that the best picks here for Aurora are basically getting nerfed.
Okay, there probably is a lot going in the minds of MTB, Dexstar, and the full Aurora.
Yeah.
Because we're heading into the draft very, very soon. I know you could see them right behind us.
They're getting ready.
And that's the first step if they want to even things out or catch up to Liquid standing currently in this finals, because they're just 2 more wins away. Can you believe that? I do not want to see a sweep.
Please no. I do not. We booked our hotels for the long haul. We went to our Go hotels. We said, you know what? I feel like we're gonna be in for until later tonight.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna book. We're not gonna check out quite yet.
I had a hard time going to sleep last night.
So please, you're getting like overthinking. Like,
Yeah, because I'm just so excited about all this. I'm expecting we'll go all the way, but everything was really comfortable, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But I've prepared myself mentally for a very long series.
That's right. You've even bought like what do you call that? Where is it? Bring it up.
I brought a
Where
blanket.
is your blanket?
Brigida
actually prepared the blanket.
It's not. I didn't buy it though, but someone
gave it.
Someone gave it.
So thank you.
I would like to thank whoever gave me.
That's right.
This.
Look at this.
Where's
Look at
the
this.
head?
I just want to say it looks cool.
Whoever gave me this minion.
Aside from their 1v1 playoffs history, by the way, where Demon Kite is all obviously a bit behind. Look at that. Look at Brigida's blanket.
Look at this. Oh my goodness.
The Demon Kite has been able to catch up in their matchup in season 14.
Yeah, season 14. But it's just in season 14.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Demon Kite's always like losing. I was trying to look for a different term, but
there's just no other way around it.
There's no other way
They
around it.
lost.
This is
All right,
what
he
like
lost.
the stats show us. Carl TZ always gets the upper hand against Demon Kite, and it's always like a 1-3 or a 0-3 to make things a bit worse.
Yes, so it's been a bit of a stomp for the most part for the Carl TZ. He's the face of MLBB for a reason. And I think that reason is very optimal, or very apparent here in Game 1 and Game 2 as well.
If only you could put regular season records here too, but you can't.
Can't we?
These are just playoffs.
Come on.
These are just playoffs records.
Yeah, this is playoffs.
So that's why they're all favoring Carl. And how devastating is that going to be for Demon Kite if they meet the same fate?
Again?
Again!
Then maybe they need a duel or a rematch.
Someone bought the Aurora thingy.
Aurora thingy, the robe.
Oh yeah, the robe.
The robe. In the mountains.
In the mountains.
The robe in the mountains. The Zen. I'm not gonna say that on the podcast. Come on, bro. Look at the Immortal Cup. Man.
Yeah, it's so nice. Oh my goodness, we're so close to seeing the next draft and Aurora back to first pick.
Okay, they're on blue side. 76% win rate on that side for Aurora here, or I think overall. And yeah, so get your blankets ready. I hope. which Brigitte is doing right now off cam. She is very obsessed with this blanket.
I am obsessed with this minion blanket.
It's nice. It's a minion. So
Okay.
So we are going in this one. It looks like a very tense moment, at least for Arora. Look at the body language here for Team Liquid. They seem. I saw Carl Tlph yonder a little bit.
What?
not gonna lie.
Don't.
Not gonna lie. I hope the fire is still there. Get into the countdown here for the drafting phase of game number 3 between Team Liquid Philippines and Arora Gaming. So we're looking for the first bans later on, but first let's look at the map draw. It will be crucial. It will also kind of dictate, depending, sometimes it dictates the speed on which we will make ganks happen.
Again.
The rotations around expanding rivers, but it will be dangerous grass for game number 3.
Oh yeah, it's different. We've had 3 different maps so far.
Ooh, the randomizer is doing its thing.
It's randomizing today.
It's randomizing today. Good job, randomizer.
Okay. Why am I getting a feeling that they're not really taking out the Harith anymore? Not unless Arora wants to do that.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can definitely safe to say that either teams can actually pull off the Harith at this point. So leaving it open doesn't feel as bad compared to like some regular season or even some earlier playoffs games.
Yeah. Okay, Hilda gets respected though.
Hilda does get a lot of respect as well.
Yeah.
So
and JP,
good job, JP.
Yes.
Yeah, good job, Daddy JP.
So maybe Arora might be a bit more open to an assassin jungler.
Yeah.
But it depends if they get the Fredrin first pick again. It's been the trend for the past 2 games, always been the Fredrin prioritized in blue. But Liquid,
Call me a hero.
they seem to have found a way around it, so they change things up.
All right, that's a little different here.
This is the first time Isunshin's been open for the series.
Wow, okay. So this might be something different for Arora. This might speed up their mid-game tempo with this pick. Now, then again, we're looking for its matchup, its win rate against the Fredrin. I would say can be pretty close.
Yeah, so is Liquid considering still a Fredrin because there are other junglers option. I think that's why they delayed for Red 3 first. The God of Harith, as expected, will be the response. It's impossible for you not to get the Harith when you're in red side and it's still available at this point. So Granger, I think this is gonna be very consistent for Arora. They have to secure Doming's hero in the first phase, especially now that it's been a Harith Granger matchup always. So this is gonna be the difference.
I think this core lineup here for Arora is already fine, especially with the high loss in tow. I think Alice would be a very good pick for Arora, just to make sure that this Wise Assassin Granger can kind of maneuver around it. You can also kind of just solidify someone with, because it's physical damage, jungle physical damage, gold laner. So I think you want to go magic on your. If you don't want to go bombing on the mage, maybe you want to go and get that Alice. But Hayabusa on Carl Tlph, we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
This is a good switch up, and they're not getting stuck in a pattern.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Really good. From a Baksha to a Fredrin to a Hayabusa.
He's doing everything.
Carl's been doing everything. He's been getting majority of those really good meta picks that are not usually all open.
I am not the only
So it's really surprising that it gets open.
It's excellent, actually.
Yeah. So the Farsa's still available too. I think it's gonna suit the Liquid lineup a lot.
Yeah, the Eve can also work for Arora this time around, so maybe they might consider picking that up.
So if Liquid wants, they could just ban the Eve and then get the Farsa, so there won't be any matchup. But Arora take it out themselves.
Okay. All right. So obviously it's gonna be a lot of mages probably on the docket here. I think Valentina is one of the picks that has not been mentioned a lot.
No.
But could probably make it to Tlph depending on how they want to use it. I don't like it just for the glorious pathway, but I'm thinking ahead for Rora's mage pick here.
Yeah, I think it's also a lot more frequently coming out when there's a Grok on the other side, or when there's that really good big ticket ult that you want for yourself. But currently, it's the glorious pathway, and I think that's also really helpful if you're Liquid. But they take the Novaria out again.
Okay. So the mid matchup obviously is gonna be. We might start seeing a bit of a different mid lane matchup here.
What was Sanji on during game 1?
Wasn't that the Eve?
But now it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone now. So it might maybe another mid control mage. Selena is not out of the question here, I think.
That's what I was thinking, because it's always the matchup whenever the Novaria comes out. Counter the Selena, but not to counter. It's just to match the Selena. But Lunox gets taken out as well. It feels so... It feels like it was just yesterday, but okay.
Oh my god, what happened to Lunox? Lunox, come on.
What happened to Lunox Kimmy? Like, they were...
Lunox Kimmy,
they're not being...
Not even getting banned.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Lunox got banned here by
So, Farsa or Kimmy might be coming in later for both Sanji and Yue.
Arora needs big magic damage here. They need big magic damage, lest they be armored out by Tlph.
I don't think the Kimmy's a bad idea.
It is true. It is a really good... If you're looking for big magic damage, that's it. But at the same time, it might be...
There's a Haya Lapu, yeah.
And the gold is going to be eaten up by the YSS and the Granger. So you will lose out on some gold.
But you can't go Sicilian here either.
Yes, I do not want a Sicilian here. There's the Alice. I knew it was coming. But who's the mage? Selena. All right.
Okay. So what's left for Sanji is like... the Farsa.
Farsa.
Yeah. We did say the Farsa, Selena are like the options left for both
Maybe a Lilia. Farsa it is. All right. There you go. All right. So despite what our fears earlier, Brigid, I think we kind of predicted that draft pretty well.
Yeah.
So good job up here. There you go.
The options were out there.
The options were out there. That's good. So we're not so far out of the meta yet.
Not yet. Especially in this game.
That's right.
We're not seeing any Barretts or anything. And we're back to the Yi Sun Shins, Hayabusas.
Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy.
I like it.
I think the way the momentum's going, though, this is a very comfortable lineup that Liquid has secured for themselves. Arora can play this just as aggressively, but after some time.
Yeah, let's see if Arora can buy some time here in game number 3. Don't forget, it's already 2-0 for the Stampeding Cavalry. Throw it over to our casters to bring us the game.
Right now, this is about the most looking Season 16 draft we've seen on both sides. We're back to those YSS Hayabusa matchup. We've got marquee picks on both sides, but is this going to be enough for Arora to finally get a point in the series? It's a best of 7 right now, facing 0-2 against Team Liquid Philippines.
Yeah, so when I first saw the 3 picks, blue side of Arora, I liked it. You cannot go wrong with those first 3 picks, no matter what you slot in for blue 4 and blue 5. Then you see the Selena. I am partial to the thought that this is very coin flippy if you're playing around a Selena like this, especially when you see the Gatakacha and the Farsa on the other side, the fact that you're playing up against a Lapu Lapu, but then it was paired up with an Alice. So Arora are now going to be playing a lot of dive, playing around that Granger and the YSS, but then you're up against a Hayabusa on the other side that now very coin flippy to see which team's actually going to take this.
What I'm looking for is Aurora's box control. Wolf has been speaking ad nauseum about boxes, and in game 1 and 2, that's been one of their major problems. Given we haven't really talked about it during the game, I'm pretty sure it was alluded to by our esteemed panel, Rockhart and Brigida, but that's what I'm looking for. They have a high loss that should help, and I think that's key to them recovering. Again, fixing that 2-0 problem.
The only box I feel like really that we've talked about was when the Eve was picked up, and now couple times, you know, it's either been picked up or it's been banned at this point. But, you know, when you look at Arora and their chance to set up a box, it's kind of weird the way it's going to work, because anytime we see the Alice drafted in, we know that that's a big component to kind of zoning out the opposing team, and that's going to happen to Tlph. Oh, whoa. Oheb and Dominkite, by the way, going through this. Sanford will have to burn the flicker, so he doesn't have that. But Carl Tlph joins too. Turtle's up though, so they're going to go and start this up.
Wow.
JP holding down the front. He gets Dominkite really low here.
Shin, Mountain Shocker. They're going to try to pull a Hail Mary here. Sanji with the feathered airstrike, zoning out Arora. JP very low, survives via the Revitalize. Gets got first blood on by Edward.
Oh, Edward, he goes down. Shadow Kill going to be used. Carl picks up one.
It's all Liquid, man.
Wow, I feel bad for Dominkite. That's like 3 games now where JP's just been man-marking him. JP fell, yes, and that was a great entry with the Gleam and the Throne of Ruin by Edward. But in the end, Liquid held on. JP got back in time to pop up the Revitalize and help Liquid stay strong up against the entry of the Alice.
From Sanji, forcing a flicker from you. Ooh.
There's a reason why he keeps picking this up.
Yeah.
And no, hey, Dominkite has to burn the flicker too. A whole lot of resources being used up on some of these small little fights happening across the map.
2 ults for a flicker. 2 minutes versus what, 30 to 40 seconds.
Alongside JP, Sanji's been on point this whole series as well. Looking at the items, slight, no clear obvious lead, maybe between the 2 junglers. Getting a little bit bigger now, but we still are in the earlier portions of the game. If JP and Sanji can link up again one more time to set things up for Carl Tlph, Turtle 2 should be good for them. While Arora, now I like their rotation. They're going for the Doming double, sending him to the mid lane. They have 3 bodies on him to help him out, get a little bit more farm. And now I like this acceptance by Arora that they really have to start speeding up the farm for their Granger.
Yeah, I talk a lot too about Dominkite and how impressive he's been throughout Season 16 in general, but I feel like he's going to have to be the one to step up too, and then a lot of these objectives in the early game and then even later on in the Lords.
Oh my god.
He has to get the retributions off. He has to be able to get the secure in, but again, that's easier said than done, especially when you're zoned out by Tlph, who has solidified that strategy of fighting around that box, fighting around that zone. And who are they going to go for? Sanford, who's confident up to 1v2?
Answers back after receiving a face full of Mountain Chakra to the face. No ult for Dominkite, so Liquid have all the incentive in the world to just sandbag into this turtle. That's 2 for 2 now for the Cavalry.
Yep, there's a jump. They go in and they're able to lock down.
Force taking down Dominkite. He thought he was safe for the orange, but it was just but a bait. Glorious pathway by Light to get on out there, and Liquid have successfully invaded. Lights down! 40 gets him! The Apex Predator strikes again with a flicker! Bravest fighter, Carl freaking Tlph!
This is the stampede that we've seen time and time again from Team Liquid.
Liquid, no. Liquid, feel it. You've seen the intensity that they've shown. Every winning moment that they have, because I think they just know that they are way over in Rora's heads. Rora, they don't look like Rora.
They're not playing their game. Not even the same game they played 2 days ago. This is a different team. Liquid have put the fear of God into them.
Yeah, what happened? Like, how did they, like, again, is it just the gauntlet, the endurance test that Team Liquid Philippines has played from the play-ins from day 2, 3, 4, all the way to now?
Yeah, they have the hotter hand. It seems like it's a learning experience again. One of the branding that we have for Team Liquid for this playoffs is the revenge tour, winning against teams that they couldn't get a win over in series throughout Season 16. And this would, Dominkite, not again.
Sanji coming in, feathered airstrike. AOG, Dominkite will not survive as JP serves up a kill to Sanji. Carl Tlph, want to take down Light, and he does! Roast Centaur, anybody? 2 free kills for pure cavalry.
This is the Golden Stampede. They know. They've outwardly said they don't want to think about winning M7. They don't want to think about that just yet because there seems to be a curse. But it looks like they are hell-bent on holding on to that. Everything perfect. JP helping serve up that kill to Sanji. The prediction of Sanji to put down the feathered airstrike to the path of where Demon Kite was going out instead of trying to go for Demon Kite correctly. And the timing of Carl Tlph to conserve the shadow out at the very last second.
There's just something about it. Third turtle's up. Sanford's going to jump in. He's zoning them out. Carl gets the turtle.
3 for 3. Feathered airstrike has already wreaked havoc. And the shadow kill go into the back. Light falls. No front line for Arora.
No one goes down except for Light. Could have been way worse for Arora, but now that's 3 for 3 for the objectives for Carl Tlph.
The MVP of the season, the homecoming boy.
Oh,
Demon Kite. Oh,
taking a flicker out too. Demon Kite trying to get some space. Again, fighting between the turrets here.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. When you decide to pick up the Selena as the last pick, yes, again, one of the counters to fast, aggressive rotations to get a read in. But then it's so dependent on landing that Abyssal Arrow that it becomes a big coin flip of whether or not you can actually win fights. But the coin hasn't been landing in favor of Aurora. The Abyssal Arrows have not been impactful enough. Carl?
Oh my god.
Forced out the flick.
Magic damage.
Oh, the dash.
Physical damage.
Yep.
What do you do as Arora, especially since your economy has already been under attack? One might argue that these traps and these arrows could be for zoning. But what is the follow-through? Like, by throwing out a trap, by leaving one in the random bush, does that open up farm for Demon Kite? Does that allow Demon Kite to do his thing? They force out a wings by wings from Sanji. A glorious pathway from Light, but they're really buying time, Carl. Shadow kill plus an AOG. In comes JP, forcing a revitalize from Light. Aurora's jungle is in shambles right now.
The mid.
Oh, they jump in under the turret too. Carl teases around the orange. He's gonna go. Demon Kite could be in trouble.
Shadow kill! Already used. Down goes Demon Kite. Light gonna be up next. Oheb on a killing spree. Liquid. Match point is within fingers reach.
It's all falling apart for Aurora, all the way from the beginning and all the way up to now.
Liquid are relentless. And Aurora are helpless. They can't find anything. There's always something Liquid's throwing at them.
Throw an arrow.
That looks so desperate, bro.
And JP just accepts it with a smile on his face.
Again, if you're Aurora here, you're sitting here thinking, how do we even get a win in our favor when everyone on the team can't even get close enough? They've always been just reacting to what Team Liquid Philippines has been thrown at them. That's the difficult part, and that's been the story from game 1 to now game 3.
I have to take the moment to show my appreciation for Coach RC and Coach Tic Tac, what they have done to Liquid. I wonder if one day we could be privy to the preparation, that the strategies that they had heading into this, because this is just perfect. They are decimating Aurora.
Sanford's going to jump in. He wants to go for Edward. He will get the flicker out. An AOG used.
JP. This is all just to buy time. Carl was just working on the Lord. This is free for Liquid.
Everything has been free this game for Liquid. Again, just able to capitalize on this, make it all work, get to the point, and now they're just in the base here. Better airstrike.
Light right in the middle of all of it. Oheb pops him. Zamanfor still standing. Dash and dash plus their revitalize. Popping up that Harith. And now Edwards up next. Q1 is on a rampage.
Oh, they don't have any minions here. They could be trapped in. They have to get out. Oheb's going to force a fight.
Not Oheb. You can't tell him what to do. Dropping that Zamanfor. He gets shut down. Takes too many a turret hit.
Messy and greedy there for Oheb, but Liquid, they are still in the lead. But they cannot afford a lot of that. They still have a Lord crashing in though. Edward's Throne of Ruin earlier, only for wait, Abyssal Arrow lands.
Feathered Airstrike, the answer by Sanji, allowing the Lord to get a few more free hits in. Arora gonna stop Liquid from coming in.
Ooh, it's like you said, Renmar earlier, back in game 1 and even in game 2. If Tlph has the lead, they like to play a little risky towards the base to at least continue to put the limit on Aurora, and that's what they've been doing. So they get some of the Holy Shields down to work with. They still maintain a big, healthy lead, 7,000 up.
Yep.
And the items are all coming into place.
Yeah, almost 2,000 gold lead there for Carl Tlph's Hayabusa. 1,000, that's the saving grace right now for Arora. The fact that Dominkite has been getting farmed, he hasn't died yet, already up to a Malefic Roar. He has his core 3 items, but the problem is every other member of Arora is who's struggling. UWeb barely has items in, and even though you don't need that much items, you just land that Abyssal Arrow. It would be great to have a little bit more follow-up, which Arora does not have enough of at this point.
You know what else Arora doesn't have enough of?
What's that?
Time.
Oh.
They need so much farm on Demonkite. Sure, that is what? Just a couple of thousand, but Dominkite isn't even firing off on all cylinders. Like, what do you even do if you get a 3-second stun?
Yeah. There's this, I don't know what it is, man, but over the course of history, when we talk about the rivalries, Demonkite and Tlph, it just seems like Demonkite cannot face that demon, man. I think it's his own inner demon that he faces when it's Tlph across from him.
The demon's demon. That is who Tlph is to Demonkite. An echo of the past for Light as well. They said it, they just can't seem to take down these members. They took them down, but now they meet them again. Look at JP!
Oh, he's going to charge up, forcing Demonkite again. This is what JP has been doing all series long. You have to give it up to him on being able to go ahead and lead that charge. OHEB dropping down his Almond Force.
Oh my god, a third of Demonkite's health.
Just with one shot, man.
Just
again.
one shot.
Gonna take his purple. He does get it.
Wow.
Demonkite secures that, but is this what you want to do? Because again, the Lord is coming up here now. You don't have that much space to work with. Real quick, this is the Infinix GT30 Pro. You can experience victory for every Modlon gamer right now. We get a look at JP. As I was saying, this man has been doing work.
Yeah.
He's a dad here. He's daddy.
Oh, we really have to start floating the idea that that man is going to be the finals MVP by the end of today if Liquid can seal it. Free Lord. Again, Arora still cannot find an answer. They cannot crack the Team Liquid code.
At this point,
I'm
don't know,
scrambling in my head. At this point, it's miracles again. It's an Abyssal Arrow layering, somehow OHEB getting punished. But then if OHEB goes down, you still have to think about the Hayabusa's entry with the Shadow Kill. You still have to think about the damage you're going to be receiving from Feathered Airstrikes. And at this point, the fact that there's already an Oracle, even just the belt, even though that's not a full build item just yet on the Queen's Wings for Sanford, that's okay. Because he can still fight longer engagements.
Oh my
and
God.
it goes back to what you said, Leo. Arora do not have the time.
Wings by Sanji. He knows that this is a big ticket rotation. Popping that Feathered Airstrike. The stun on the Tlph. In they go, forcing a shadow out. Carl has one more shadow. He's very low. Edward taking a few hits. Glorious Pathway and a stun on the JP. Successful defense in the top lane. Bottom lane up next.
so far a lot kind of thrown out there. They still got to deal with this Lord as it charges into the bottom base turret. There's an AOG.
Traceless out by Demon. Shadow kill by Carl, taking out Edward. Feathered Airstrike.
Oh, Light's in trouble as he falls too. DL goes in.
Salmon Force underneath this base. Liquid can smell it. The cavalry stamping through. They are at match point.
Everyone is perfect. OHEB is fired up. He knows they just need one.
Championship point. One more win. The series has been damn near perfect for Team Liquid Philippines. Arora's going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure something out. Let's throw it over the panel to break down our Game 3.
Man, I have not, again, we've seen them all throughout the season. I've not seen Team Liquid that fired up. And in that early game, really dominated and dominoed Arora.
I've never seen that too. And I've also never seen Arora in this state. It's so uncharacteristic of them to get stomped like this.
They were literally stuck. They were stuck between a rock and a hard place, even though there's no rocks here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
How can we even go back to the drawing board after all this?
The drawing board is dead. The drawing board is in shambles on the floor.
Oh my goodness, there we go again. Another MVP for JP.
Oh man, JP is going crazy.
Yo, this man. 4-0 Grand Finals. What the heck?
And one more game to 5, Bree. One more game to 5-0. What the heck has happened? So far, JP has really been so instrumental, making sure the control is there, despite so many possible interruptions, stunts coming in from Aurora's lineup right now.
The way he just keeps throwing out the AOG perfectly. What did he have for breakfast? Or look at that! What did he do to prepare or condition himself for this series? Because this is such an ideal roamer that we're seeing in front of us right now.
Yeah, you know what? You guys are blaming JP, blame him for this victory, because right now it does feel like he is unstoppable.
Please do, please do.
And you know what, Bree, you're right. The AOGs, they don't even need to hit.
Yep.
They're zoning enough for Tlph to do his thing.
And it's Tlph and JP, I believe, who have just always sought Demon Kite. It's JP. It's given. JP is like it's like he's doing a man-to-man defense against Demon Kite, especially when there are objectives. It's impossible for you to not see JP actually trailing after Demon Kite or just making sure that he's never out of his sight. But when Tlph provides the follow-up, that's a completely different story. It will always result into not just a good zoning, but a kill. And how frustrating can that be for Demon Kite? He has barely any farm. There was a point wherein he was 0-3 on the season, Shin. And my goodness, this is another scenario of I first picked this jungler, but it's not working against Liquid.
They're single-handedly destroying the blue side win rate.
Yeah,
that's what
true.
they're doing. So what's up? Like, they are getting the cream of the crop, at least in their position. I feel like the Yi Sun-Shin would have been so good in either one of these junglers.
Yeah.
But so far, it feels like Team Liquid has been seeing these picks and saying, no, it's not good for you. We're gonna make it hell for this Yi Sun-Shin, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, I can't even think of like how Aurora are feeling after this, like 3 losses in a row where you could barely put up a fight against Liquid and the stampede that they've constantly been doing against you. And for sure you could see how badly Aurora want to try something. There was one moment, I think it was when they were trying to defend their tier 3 turret up top, that they actually committed to doing or engaging in a fight. It was started off with a Throne of Ruin from Edward, followed by all other skills thrown out by Aurora, the Glorious Pathway, and some skill shots from Demon Kite and Doming Kite and Yue. But even then, you could see it's not enough. They have means to engage, to push forward, but they don't have the capabilities to chase.
Absolutely zero.
Especially if they use their tools to already commit to the fight. Because you could use the Glorious Pathway to chase, yes, but you have to use it for the fight if you're that much behind.
And for the most part, they did use it defensively.
Yes.
And I guess they were put in a position where they had no choice, Brigida. So I would say this is exactly just using the tools in your disposal. I am seeing Team Liquid speed it up because they know that the late game was not going to come in their favor, despite our casters, our esteemed, our noble casters saying that it's the most S16 draft they've ever seen so far in the playoffs.
And I just gotta say, we talked about it before it got back to the panel, but since the map's randomizing, what if we get Flying Clouds for last map? Won't that be like a bit too much for Aurora? Like, is everything going against them today or what? But
and we were also discussing, is that going to help?
Yeah.
Again, Tlph is the MVP there. I swear his GPM would have been like 1K there if that ended a lot sooner.
If only.
He was going bananas on the Hayabusa, which again, banana. Because that kind of proves why he is definitely the assassin guy, despite being the Fred man of the season so far.
Yeah.
So, I do not doubt his Hayabusa skills. Again, on par with some of the greats, or even sometimes even better than like Kyrie.
Oh, is that a hot take?
It's a hot take. I would say on par. I'm not saying, you know. But either way, before we get into the whole debate, we'd like to invite you guys because we just recently got nominated for numerous titles during the Esports Awards.
Vote for Team Vitality for Esports Team of the Year. There's also Kirk for Esports Breakthrough Player of the Year, Team Liquid and Team Falcons for Organization of the Year.
And don't forget, Team Liquid right there is also nominated for Content Group Moonton, nominated for Esports Publisher of the Year, and Mobile Legends Bang Bang's Esports Mobile Game of the Year, and Esports Game of the Year.
That's a lot.
I said year a lot. So,
Yeah.
please help us out and prove to the world that MLBB, we don't need these viewer numbers that are very high right now, by the way. We don't need them to prove anything. We want you guys to prove it for us. Go ahead and vote at the Esports Awards. Help us out. And join us in the new season of MLBB Rising Open. It's an in-game mode designed to provide players a platform to engage in competitive gameplay and jump into the action here. Go ahead.
Yes, please do. There are a lot of prizes there. And I think this is a great way to reward yourself if you're a Vixana or a Guinevere main, because the Aspirants new skins are now available. So participate in their Aspirants Unite themed draw event, because the first 10 times draw using diamonds is actually 50% off. And every 10 draws guarantees an epic or higher quality skin. So,
I personally use that 50% one draw per day.
Really?
I got the Vixen.
Oh. I got a Vixana, but I
did it.
Yeah, I kept pressing the button and I think I lost like 7,000 diamonds around that.
Because you're rich and we're not. We
No, I had diamonds saved up for that.
Sure, we believe you.
Because you see how beautiful the skins were.
It really is. I got both. I already got the Gwyn. I said, you know what? I need to complete it. It's only like 105 diamonds per day. So I was happy with that. You did it with 1,050, 1,050, 1,000.
To be fair, I got a lot more too.
Okay.
Because you get a lot in a single 10 times draw.
Do it. So many epic skins. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. Now go hang out with Amira.
All right, we are here with Miss Irish Del Rosario, Infinix Philippines Supervisor, and Mr. Willie Lloyd Cruz, Infinix Philippines Community Manager. Hello po, ma'am.
Hello.
Philippines.
Thank you so much.
Kamusta naman? Kinakabahan ba kayo?
Medyo. Hindi mo wala yun, pero nag-enjoy kami sobra.
Yes. All right, we all know that Infinix continues to be known for its innovation and adaptation to technology. So what's new about this product and what inspired you to these changes?
Yes, of course. As we all know, the GT verse is expanding. And one of our products there is the GT30 Pro, which we all know is the official tournament phone of the MPL. But wait, there's more. Meron tayong perfect phone for our casual gamers.
Yes, so for our casual gamers out there, we have the GT30. So if you're a student, if you're a young professional, or just an overall fan of the game, the GT30 is for you. So kung ang GT30 Pro ang pang-competitive gamers, the GT30 is for, as they say, the madlang gamers.
Madlang gamers. Okay na ako sa isa dyan. Charot! So, what's new about May bago ba kayong ilalabas or anything in terms of news and promotions na Infinix fans can look forward to?
Yes, of course. We have a piso sale, guys. So all you have to do is go to the Infinix Philippines TikTok shop. So that's at Infinix Philippines and search Infinix MPL S16. Just type in Infini MPL for you to get a chance, a limited edition MPL Season 16 GT30 merchandise for only 1 peso.
Yes.
1 peso and the shipping fee, right?
Just don't forget the code, which is the INFIMPL. That's INFIMPL sa ating TikTok checkout. And kunin nyo na yung mga exclusive merch na nakaabang para sa inyo.
Baka ma-down yung system kasi sa sobrang raming makakuha ng piso sale na yan.
Limited lang.
Limited.
Wow.
Yes.
And we also heard the good news that Infinix is nominated for Esports Commercial Partner of the Year. Kamusta naman? Ano naman ang feeling?
Yes, of course. Oh, definitely. We're so honored, to say the least. Thank you, guys. You know, the Esports Award is basically the Oscars of esports. So we're really, really honored, and it shows that our efforts are making an impact on aspiring esports players and supporting the community. So shout out to our loyal X-fans, our X-fan community.
Yeah, so iniimbitahan namin ang aming mga X-fans or even the MPLPH fans to support Infinix as the Esports Commercial Partner of the Year sa prestigious Esports Awards. So every vote counts, so sana supportahan nyo si Infinix.
And by the way, rumor has it that meron daw kayong kinokok na something with MPL this holiday season. Golden daw, I heard!
Yes.
Ano ba? Inspired ba yan sa ano?
Well, the Christmas season is really Filipino traditional, Mira. Infinix and MPL is really cooking something up. We're collaborating on something this Christmas season, but we can't really reveal too much. But it will be a golden holiday indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Yan ang naabangan ng mga super fans. So before we wrap this up, may gusto kayong sabihin once more?
Follow at Infinix Philippines in our all social media platforms. And also don't forget to join Infinix Philippines Community Group. And mag-enjoy tayo dun sa loob. Marami tayong fun giveaways. Meron tayong mga fun challenges. So see you there.
Thank you once again, Miss Irish and Mr. Willie.
Thank you.
We are ready for game number 4. Panel, over to you.
I kind of knew we were going to get a lot of surprises from Infinix. Obviously, the GT40 Pro has been performing so well here in the MPL Philippines Season 16. And here in the playoffs, it's no different.
Yeah, do you get to see the hand cams that get featured every now and then when we're in-game? I think my favorite hand cam was when it was showed on Zyda yesterday.
Oh yeah, the Fanny game.
We saw the Fanny hand cam when Zyda was playing it yesterday, and he had like a finger glove on his right thumb.
Oh, yeah,
and
he's one of the few people who actually do that.
Yeah, and then they use 4 fingers, of course, being a pro player, and then you.
I only use 2. I'm sorry. Oh, free. For the items. 1 for the items.
It's only 3 for me also, but Zyda's just different. It's built different. And a lot of our players here are built different.
07 in the chat for Zyda. 07. All right.
We just had to bring it up.
Had to bring that up.
Some of us are still not over what happened last night, obviously, but based on how Liquid are playing, it's looking like a very much road-to-serve grand finals for them, yes.
It does feel like it. And I don't really want stuff like that to happen. I don't want to go home early, Bree.
Wait, what time is it?
It's only 7:30 p.m. At this point, we barely just started the regular season show.
Realistically speaking, not even our casters predicted us to go 4-0.
No one predicted less than 5 games.
No one!
No one predicted less than 5 games. So
I'm not sure if chat feels the same, but I'm assuming they do?
Chat, Brigitte is asking you.
No, because like Aurora's top 1, we already threw out all the stats, all the facts, and how they just are the team who everyone expects to be the champion.
Yeah.
In playoffs.
We also brought out all the permutations of the drafts that they can do. It's just the execution is just damn.
Yeah.
That's it, damn.
Yeah.
And here's a Clearhead super fan of the day. Who is going to be the best among 2,000 plus attendees here in Cuneta Astrodome?
Wow.
Right? Who has the best hair right now and will win our Clear package? Power up your dandruff-free scalp, supercharged with Clear.
I thought that was him.
Apparently they'll receive 1 month supply. 1 month supply of Clear, man. What the heck?
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
Oh, shit.
Okay. Who? Oh,
damn. All right. This guy has the commercial hair. You know
this
the commercial hair?
This one looks like he styled his hair.
He styled it. Yeah. It's
and then the other one has commercial hair.
This glossy look.
This
guy has commercial hair. You guys know what I'm talking about. Look at these.
Okay.
Who has the sharper jawline?
Okay. I wonder who the winner is.
Guys, it's 1 month supply of Clear, men.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Bring out your A game.
This is 1 month supply. Come on.
And for 1 month supply, who is is it gonna be?
I think they also can't decide on who the winner is.
Yeah, I think Derek is having a hard time choosing one.
Come show us your dandruff-free scalp.
We want to see that dandruff-free scalp, bro.
I swear he styled that.
He styled it. Okay, there you go. Commercial hair wins.
Yeah, Mr. Team Liquid Jacket.
Commercial hair wins.
1 month supply
1 month
of
supply.
Clear Men. Amazing.
You'll be saving a lot of money. Congratulations. And that's it. He's the Clearhead super fan of the day.
I'm expecting to see a much more improved hairstyle from this guy in the coming months.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's a familiar face. I think he's in the venue.
He's here a lot.
Quite often. Yeah.
He's here a lot. So congratulations, brother. And I really hope that Clear... Is there a Clear woman?
I
think there is. There should be. Or there will be.
Yeah.
Either way, please let us know.
And congratulations to our Clearhead Superfan of the day. Is he the last Clearhead Superfan for this season? Because
I think he might be, especially if we end right now.
Yeah, because that was already like one of the biggest prizes.
That's a lot.
It's a 1 month supply.
Even I can't finish off that much.
Yeah, previously we just used to give out like a Piper bag. So congratulations, you are the last Clearhead Superfan for the season.
Aww.
But shout outs to all our Clearhead Superfans throughout. We've seen a lot of luscious, dandruff-free scalps and hairs. What am I saying?
you can do it, Bree. Me in chat believes in you. Let's go. All right, so we are at a point where it's TLPH on blue side. That is insane, honestly. We'll get side select. I've already said it is crazy because Arora has picked blue side for like 2 games or 3. And they've lost, I think. So I don't know what that means for this specific game. Some teams will get a little bit of advantage with red two picks. But is that going to happen here?
That's what we're about to see, because they're 5 seconds away from, I can't believe I'm saying this, but potentially the last game of tonight.
Of the whole season. And possibly for the whole year for MPL Philippines.
Oh my... Okay.
Because we're going to be waiting for M7.
Don't tell me this is Clouds, okay?
If it becomes Clouds...
Because if the randomizer is randomizing, then Arora might not want that for this.
It is! It's flying Clouds! We got all 4 maps now.
The randomizer is randomizing a bit too much for today.
And in Flying Clouds, it's showing us an 88% win rate for Team Liquid.
I'm not sure how Arora feels about this, but we just gotta play. Okay?
If you're a Arora fan, you just gotta put your hands up. Spam that blue heart. Or that light blue heart.
Everything's happening so fast.
What the heck's happening here? Insta-locking here with Carl Easy on the Frederick and Dominkite back on the house.
Oh my gosh!
What is happening, Bree?
Okay, there's a name for this kind of speed in draft. I think it was
Blitz draft.
It was a Blitz draft, but now it's another jungler for Demon Kite. Anakai for Demon Kite. Wow.
This feels like it is going to be. I'm sorry to say this. It feels like a last-ditch attempt to really stop the Fredrin man. Stop the Fred man from overtaking this game.
You gotta have a way to be a bit more secured when it comes to objective takes. Akai definitely has one of the biggest resources that you can use to prevent easy access to either using your retribution or just contesting the objectives in general. Ooh, I'm seeing myself. Hello.
Hey.
But yeah. So they take out the Farsa. Finally, it gets respected as well here. So there won't be any go-to artillery mages available for the second phase of the draft so far. But
is that one way they're trying to balance this out, by removing some of these mid lane picks that could disrupt the team fight?
Yeah, I think now's the time that we get to see a Kimi from Arora, because there's a Gatot Kimi matchup potentially, and there are no ranged burst damage mages.
Yeah, no major threats to the to you, so that might be an option.
And even
here.
dive, because it's just a Lapu, and at least you have like a way to quickly reposition yourself if ever you did want to, but at most it's just a Fredrin that's serving as the front. We don't know what JP's hero is yet though. So that's also one thing they might want to consider. But based on how things are going, or based on how things have been going, the Hilda also too is still available, though I might not consider that, especially in this scenario where the Akai is the jungler for Arora. So JB maybe might pick up something else this time around.
I still am waiting for the chip from JP.
Are we? But this is an Akai Gatot Kacha though, so the AOG and the heavy spin might not make it that easy for a chip.
The combo
to
is
come
off,
through.
yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, you could do the assassination 5-man gank.
Yeah, honestly, even the Matilda's still there.
And night
Yeah. Uedo, he is putting everything on the Sicilian.
Yeah. So going back, I think available roamers out there are.
You want to be safe. You do want to Hilda here.
Interestingly, the Matilda really is there. Oh, but they still go Hilda.
We're going Lobo.
Okay, what does Edward pick in this scenario? Edward has to have a very reliable XP laner.
We might have to go Alice or...
The Alice is there, but...
Or Terizla here.
It's the
Terizla. Yeah. There you go. Okay. I mean, this is so... It's like plugging a hole in the sinking ship.
I'm trying to digest everything that's happening. Because aside from the fact that this was probably the fastest draft we've ever had for the whole series, this is looking so much like Liquid's comfort.
It is. It's maximum comfort. They have not brought out the Lo Yi in a long time as well, Brigida.
And I'm not sure how I feel about the synergies of the Gatot Akai Terizla.
Same here. So I don't know what Aurora's thinking, but I hope that we can be surprised, or else this is going to be the last series for the day, or last game for the day. Run over there, casters. Let's go.
Championship point right now for Team Liquid Philippines, unless Arora, with this interesting draft, to say the least, can do something about it in this game 4. Renmar, looking at the draft with your analyst hat on, man. What's going on here? This looks a little confusing.
Throwback to MSC 2025. It was the Fredrin Akai matchup that gave SRG the only win that they got against Team Liquid Philippines in the grand finals then. Let's see if it is actually a panda-sized hole that is the problem of Arora, and it's enough with an Akai to plug it. They have their Harris, they have their Sicilian. Back to comforts. Edward needs to be on point with his entries alongside Light on the Gatot Kacha.
There's a big problem about that, Renmar. This is not MSC 2025. We are thousands of miles away from Riyadh, almost 6 months removed from a said event. And even if, guess who won that damn big tournament?
Well, we all know who that was. And it's crazy to think that, again, for how many times have we seen the gold lane change in the season, and especially here in the playoffs, and all we've seen today is Granger and Harith.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to these two gold laners, those are the top picks for both of them. The most synonymous with their MPL Philippines Season 16 versions. Lots of tough boots across the board because of all the crowd control that both lineups had. Lo Yi has had a terrible MPL Philippines Season 16. That is the one thing that Arora is banking on. One of the few things that they can bank on here, and that Liquid need to change their narrative around that hero. Let's see once we are in the turtle fights, if the heavy spin is enough to mess up with Carl Tizzy's retreat game.
Oh, JP pressing load game on all of the previous wins that he had in this best of 7, just on Light's face. You at 2 getting managed. Turtle down to a 5th of its health. Heavy spin by Demon Kite, pinning down 40. Sanji takes down the smiling demon as Carl takes the turtle. Sanford falls. Traded out for once more. Double kill for the chef.
Not the start you want to have. Could have been significantly cleaner. Arora are gonna regret fighting that first turtle like that. But Arora are still in this. Dominic's been controlling Oheb in lane. Sanji's appearance here is one of the few times that Dominic's been able to show up. But now with Oheb, with a level gap, able to balance things out towards his favor.
And this is the thing here too, JP, someone's got to control JP from Arora, man. He's been having a hell of a time, probably one of his best series so far in his career against Arora, game to game to game to game, and it's just, it's causing too much havoc on Demon Kite even, to even have this kind of jungler that we're used to seeing for Demon Kite.
Yeah, it was Sanford who was able to get this. Oh, AOG, oh, Light misses.
That's it, Oheb flickers out, Sanji 2. Close call, but Liquid will do anything to be able to keep this 1,000 gold lead.
I'm seeing a lot of desperation from Arora from the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Look, JP and Sanford, they're not letting this guy farm comfortably at all. This has been the toughest series Demon Kite has ever played all season long.
That's what I said. I think maybe what they found out, one of the weak points here for Arora to deal with that dominant gameplay we've seen all season from them is to put unbelievable pressure on Demon Kite. Again, throughout the series, he has not been able to position himself to even contest the objectives the way that he wants, or that the way we're used to seeing Demon Kite.
God, Light got JP on him and called easy. He goes down. Light takes a nap.
Massive disconnect. I was surprised that it was that bush that Light was holding at that point. Just hold lower bottom mid, or in his perspective, it's upper mid.
Oh. Brave Spider by 40, delaying Edward the retreat. I think he wanted to respond somewhere. Oh no, it's Sansan right on Edward. They send themselves down bottom, rotating towards the turtle. Big fight already. Salmon Force dropped by Dominkite. Liquid pushes them out of that favorable position as Liquid takes 2 for 2.
A good use of the diversion to come help secure that second turtle. But now look at this, they're gonna put pressure on the purple.
Red Death Purple right in DK's face. Carl TZ is a menace.
He did not commit the turtle. He slowly used his abilities and basic attacks to take it down. Walked up, retribution away. And now the clock is starting to strike midnight, getting closer and closer to the story of Arora ending with heartbreak.
Edward gets hit with an Abraser's Wrath, survives with about 10 HP, forcing Light to revitalize.
Arora's in that position now where, hold on, Dominicite should be okay, but and JP again just being a nuisance all over the place. Arora's in the position where they have to support Demon Kite, or at least find a win somewhere else.
Joseph, do you hear how ridiculous that sounds?
It does.
Support the Akai?
He needs help.
He needs so much more help. Arora hasn't changed their game plan all series long. Instead of focusing on making sure that Demon Kite is comfortable, Demon Kite can get farmed, that the center of the map is good, they've been changing their focuses, putting a lot more focus onto Demon Kite, not putting enough focus onto Edward as well, and Demon Kite is suffering.
I mean, look at this. They're centered around Demon Kite right now too, as he falls further behind Carl TZ. Diversion trip to the mid lane. Again, what can Arora do from this point? Who do they go for? Who do they bank on? Is it just Demon Kite on the Harith?
Light intercepting on Carl. Sanford taps on Demon Kite, forcing that defensive heavy spin. Bravest Fighter already keeping back the Apex Predator. Oh no, Demon Kite's not gonna taste his purple once more.
They're moving way too fast. Purple still goes to Carl TZ. Every angle, every entry point blocked off. Every member man-to-man zoned.
Onto the turret, in between it they go. Light's gonna be in trouble again, he's so low!
Called easy with the Abraser's Wrath, 7-4 dropped by Dominkite. The flicker from Sanji, backing out, push in mid, tier 1 down.
JP sees the low health bar on Dominkite, and he's like, you know what? No, I won't risk it yet. We don't have that 6-7K goal lead we usually have.
6-7. You know what else is funny? The fact that JP stood there and showed him, yeah, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
That must
This
be
time.
some mental damage dealt to Dominic Kite's game.
From the walkouts to what they're doing during the game, from walking out from the playing area to back to their huddle areas, it seems like that's been the story. Liquid have just been living rent-free in Rora's heads. Rora have not played their game all series long. Rora have looked uncomfortable all series long. And now Liquid, it's their series to lose, their game to lose. Glowing Wand locked in for the Sicilian, but still, the lead is too far.
This makes sense because a lot of us forgot throughout season 16, this is their house. This is where Stallions live and run free. They are the defending champions and they are bullying Arora since game 1. Heavy spin, they isolate the GOAT. Easy send underneath, tier 3 down bottom. That's a kill for Arora.
There we go, that's something Arora needed.
Right with an AOG. Intercepted by JP and Sanji. They laid on a smackdown on the light bravest fighter under that Gacha. Hey, take him down, serving up a kill to Oheb.
All part of the plan, I guess, for TLPH. Maybe Carl TZ wasn't supposed to be heavy spun into a turret, but TL still gets something and it's still on the purple.
They don't even have the retribution, they just have the man advantage. And they still get it, and it's on the Granger of all people.
Kiel 1 is a different beast. The day he woke up and he chose to be greater than ever. He chose to show the world, hey, I am the M3 MVP. I am a 3-time champion. Now he's looking to be a 4-time champion.
This has to be heartbreaking for the Roras. It was Rora that had the most clear, coded intention of the season. Champions. That's it. No looking towards M7. Just get the championship. Finally win that chip for the org. They missed out on it in 14. Didn't even make it to the grand finals in 15. But now they are on the brink of just getting trampled by the hooves of Liquid.
Juxtaposed to Liquid, who clearly said in their post-match interview last night, we're looking at M7. What is this? Another day in the office?
I think it is just another day here for Team Liquid as it's another objective that's going to be going in the hands of Carl TZ. Rora isn't even close to this. They're huddled around the tier 2 turret, trying to think of a plan on how to get this game under control.
Joseph, is this a turquoise ube? They're really just stuck together.
They're stuck, man. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. Rora, I think even for themselves, if the Stampede, for some reason, has just completely whiplashed them throughout this series, 4 games in a row.
And leading the charge is JP. Oh, diversion.
Oh, they're all in there! They bait out a heavy spin from Demon Kite, who was just doing this darkness to get his own purple, and he gets denied again.
This is not a series at all for Demon Kite. Can't even touch his buffs. They have to watch the tier 2 turret fall. That Lord making its way down the bottom. Rora needs so much more time to make this composition shine, and it's just not happening here.
In a season where the defending world champions, Onyx Philippines, admitted they've forgotten who they are, Liquid are reminding the world who the hell they are right now. Closer and closer to immortality yet again.
Edward gets defended down bottom. In comes Edward. Light with the intercept to the back line. Salmon Force dropped in. Light falls. Oheb gets another one. Stacks Oheb goes down. Ewan gets a kill. Edward barely alive. Carl TZ goes down. Massive trade. Big win for Arora. 2 for 1. Sanji gonna bite it 2. Make it 3.
A big trade for Arora. They lost the base turret, but Team Liquid has done this time and time again. That first Lord 5K ahead, they go into the base anyway.
Now that was Rora's fault. That was Edward and Light with the link up, the flank, the gank, the set, and Demon Kite getting the heavy spin to make sure that they could even get a kill onto Sanji. Now we've got ourselves a game. This is now within Light's reach.
Let's take a look at the replay, exactly what happened. Again, Edward jumps in, Light comes from the back. They do get overloaded with damage, but they force it all this under the turret. So even when Carl goes down, Edward gets away with a sliver of health.
Joseph, that is the magic keywords, under the turret.
Under the turret. So, it's happened many times.
So that means that wouldn't have happened elsewhere on the map.
Yeah.
Aurora has to take their lucky stars. Liquid were willing to overcommit.
You asked if this is a turquoise-coated Ube. One of the greatest strengths of Ube back in the heyday was making comebacks through moments like these. Being able to come back just when you thought they'd lose one sequence or turn it around, there is still a significant lead that they have to chip away at. Tlph with the Athena Shield, Dominance Ice, didn't full build into the anti-Cuirass, but OHEB still has a significant lead over Dominkai. Good thing for them is now, though, it's 12 minutes in, then yeah, they already have the Holy Crystal on the Harith and a Divine Glaive as well for the Sicilian. So this is within comeback reach, and Liquid cannot overheat.
They can't overheat. Arora, how are they even in a position to want to contest this?
For the first time in 12 minutes, yes! They're trying!
JP.
What a dance! JP taking that flank. Arora have eyes on him. I'm pretty sure someone saw. JP comes in, eyes on UF, forcing that Bass Feast. Lord at a tenth of its health. Tlph trying to keep it up. And then AOG on light. Lord still standing. Demon Kite secures after a heavy spin tango. And Tlph goes down. Demon Kite finds him. Demon Kite falls. 1-for-1 trade.
He's gone. The diversion's going to be used. They're going to conceal to get out of there. They have to get out, but Demon Kite got the Lord. They go back.
Salmon Force by Demon Kite, pushing OHEB out. Now the next target, going to be Sporty. The Apex Predator gets 3. In comes OHEB. Daddy JP to the rescue.
And the Edward's going to miss. And OHEB's still firing off the back.
JP finds Demon Kite. Edward gets taken out by his former brother OHEB. Now it's just you and Light left.
What are they going to do? They have to deal with the Lord here. Light and UA will be able to clear out the minions, so it's going to be just that. Lord buys them time for Arora to stay in the game.
This is the most exciting the series has been all grand finals long. Liquid do not have the iron grip as they did. Arora finding clapbacks. The heavy spin perfect. Demon Kite getting the retry, but it was Liquid with the counter punish yet again. They can't afford to do that because of the lead. And who was it that showed up right at the nick of time to turn things around? It was the Hilda running up to Arora, but Arora are still in this, and Liquid must not rest on their laurels and their lead.
So 2 warning shots now to the cavalry. Hey, you slipped up once inside the base. Even outside the base, Arora can clap back. I'm looking at Daddy JP's items. He's got to build that bolt, man.
He's got to get the ball, do a little damage. The Blade of Hephaestus might be able to help him do that, but
finish the job. I think that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
If Demon Kite died earlier, then maybe the exchange would have been better for Liquid.
It might have been.
Yeah, he was single-handedly zoning out Yue again, which is why it felt like a long time for, we were wondering, where the hell's the Sicilian? Where's all the effects of the Sicilian spells? And it didn't happen up until JP finally showed up, and then Yue could finally join in.
At this point, though, Arora has accomplished one thing, that's time. Again, we talked about this when the Sicilian was picked up earlier on by UA, and that's what he needs to get the stacks.
They bought time.
They did buy time, and he just got a clock of destiny for more time. So now at this point, Arora is in an actual position of contention for the next Lord. That's really what the focus is going to be here. Unless Tlph, mind you, we haven't seen the Loyi pop up too much, but now that you have that, you can play at a macro level, and they're still going to put pressure on the purple buff of Demon Kite. But he will go ahead, and it looks like he doesn't get it. He hasn't had majority of his buffs, but I'll tell you what, the last fight for the Lord is why we saw what an Akai can bring to these objectives. If the team is able to capitalize on that and Demon Kite can get that space with a heavy spin, he can secure it. And every Lord that's secured from this point is a big win for Arora.
Arora has had immaculate minion wave control all season long, and they have to keep that up. The lack of the turret in the bottom lane, the lack of good health on the turret in the mid lane, and they're up against Liquid Slow Yi, Sanji Slow Yi. How heartbreaking would it be if, despite everything that they've done in this game, it's the signature Liquid backdoor?
Oh man, Demon Kite taking a ton of damage, already at half health.
I'm looking at Demon Kite, he flushes Daddy JP out, and that is a huge threat, maybe even worse than a split push.
JP goes bottom. He wants to go ahead and push that turret in so that UA has to respond.
Yeah. He's just hitting the siege minion. He's not full clearing it, allowing the minions to slowly finish the job so he can rejoin.
Half health on this Lord here. Demon Kite, he's going to have to make a play.
Sanford on him. OHEB comes in close. Raven Spider coming in. Demon Kite still secures the Lord. Is that one forced by Demon Kite? That's not a fight that they want to take. AOG, light out of
undeniable reality that crushes the brightest of dreams. Team Liquid are better than you. Team Liquid are on the Golden Stampede. Team Liquid are undisputed!
It runs in their blood. They've done this over and over again. From Jakarta to Malaysia to Cambodia, a backdoor win by Liquid.
I posed the possibility. I didn't expect it would actually happen. I already said it leading up to that, Lord.
I said as well, the Lui Yi is a macro play. And they just brought the cavalry down there. We talked about managing that wave. And they used it to their advantage to win the championship.
The story continues for Arora. Tonight ends in heartbreak and tears. All the hard work that they did in the regular season. Reminding them whose house this is. This is Liquid's.
Again, it's been amazing to be with you guys joining around the world. Season 16 has been a treat. It's been us, the Wee Bear Bros, me, Leo, and Renmar to bring you the action. Let's throw it over on stage to hear for our winners.
Super